All right. Listen, welcome everybody. Guess who it is? You're right, it's Onyx Singal. So listen, I'm sorry we're like a minute or two late. We were just getting some stuff. We wanted to make sure that we go live on Facebook and YouTube, and we are, and we have a room that's packed up. Okay, so we're gonna hit about 700 people any second now, and I have one more email to send. So here's kind of like the end lesson. Don't go anywhere. Now, what you're about to learn today, you've not seen before. I don't care if you've been on other webinars that talk about e-commerce or drop shipping or anything. I promise you've not seen what you're about to see today. So I want you guys to commit right now to being here the entire time. Okay, we will probably take at least 90 minutes. I mean that, an hour and a half. Type in, I'm in. Type in, I'm in, if you are going to be here for the entire time. You're committing to being serious, and you're committing to taking this in. We got Rajiv, Billy, Aquera, Benjamin, Arlene, Renardo, Will, Oliver, Arthur, Ruth, Juan, Sharon, Jorge. All right. Now, if you guys hear me talking a little bit softer, I'm in a hotel room. All right. And there's all these signs around that say, please keep it quiet. It's more than I've ever seen in any other hotel. So they got me all on edge about it. But listen, I'm super excited, guys. Today, we have something really powerful happening. Okay. Because today what we're going to do is we are going to go over what exactly you need to do, this exact steps to getting your first $10,000 in products you do not own, in products you cannot touch, there's really like no financial risk. You don't have to buy anything to do anything with this. But not just that, we're going to show you how to scale it to 7 figures. We've got people here today, students, who will share with you exactly what they did. First, we're going to share with you the model. Then we're going to share with you what we call the 5 laws. Now, this is a whole, look, I always say one thing. If you want to build a business, okay, it's 80% mind and 20% tactics. Well, we're going to cover both of them on this webinar. How many of you are interested in learning the 5 laws of success, really for getting your own digital, business up and running? Type in the number 5 right now. Type in the number 5 right now if you are excited about the opportunity to master these 5 laws. I want everybody. I'm not going to move forward. I want everybody typing in 5 right now, guys. I want you to engage, and I want you to be active every single moment you do have a chance on this web. Wow, look at that. Amazing, amazing. I want you guys to get ready. So we're going to go over the model, the steps, the 5 laws, and then we're going to go over the specifics on cracking your first 10 grand. And then we're going to go over how to build your 7-figure business. And then we're going to bring on students who've actually done everything you're going to learn today and implemented it. And they're going to show you what they did and how to implement it. And a very few select few of you are going to actually have an opportunity to implement it with us. We are not selling anything on today's webinar. There will be an opportunity at the end for you to simply fill out a form. There's nothing being sold, so I want you to take a sigh, let your guards down. I want you to soak in everything we teach, and I want you to be ready to take notes, okay? Now, I'm going to turn things over to someone who's going to take it from here, who's going to share the model with you, share the 5 laws, share the 10,000, share the 7-figure, share the stories. 2 people who are going to take lead now. Okay, first and foremost, one of my best friends and who I call my little brother. This guy I have witnessed, okay, you see a little picture of him in the back there. I have witnessed him change lives. As a matter of fact, he was just here, okay, he was just here where our office is in Maryland. I'm in, he was literally just there. And I saw him take by the hand over 20 students, all in getting their first sales within a matter of hours using what he shows you today. I mean, I think the top student within a matter of hours had over $1,000 in sales. It was insane, and he's going to share exactly that with you today. This is why I'm telling you right now, I need you to open your ears, open your mind, open your eyes, and really pay attention. He's got a warm heart. This guy is a giving person. He's one of my closest friends. He's one of my little brothers, and his name is Fred Lamb. So he's going to come on in just a second. I want everybody to type in Fred into the comments right now. Come on, type in Fred if you're pumped and if you're excited about Fred coming on. Come on, type in Fred. I want to see F-R-E-D, everybody. Let's do it. Haha, love it. Love it. Look at the excitement. That is awesome. Okay, now we've also got our lead transformation coach at Learn here to join forces with Fred, and he is going to get in your head and he's going to do some crazy stuff today. So you got to get excited and get ready, because whenever he comes around, he always makes people have aha moments. He actually recently he was coaching me. Okay, recently got in my head and had a major breakthrough. It's an honor and a pleasure always to have him on this. Guys, he's going to be partnering with Fred towards the end. You've got to stay, because I'm telling you, he has a way to connect with people like you won't believe. You will have a breakthrough today, I promise you. And his name is Jeremy. So let's all type in Jeremy, Jeremy, if you're super excited about Jeremy. So I want to show you how to spell his name there in the chat box. Let's all type in Jeremy. Superb. All right, so he's here too, and he's going to chime in. So real quick, we'll do a sound test. Mr. Fred Lamb, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you guys all hear me? If you do, put a 1 into the comment box right now.
Awesome. All right, before I turn it over to you, Fred, real quick, I'm going to do a sound test for Jeremy. Jeremy, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How's everything going? Can you all hear me? Type in a 1 in the chat box if you guys can hear us.
Yes. All right. Well, listen, with that said, gentlemen, man, I'm excited. Fred, you know why I'm so excited? Because I witnessed you firsthand. Dude, I have chills right now as I talk about this, because I witnessed you firsthand in a small room, okay, with people there who came in with zero idea what to do. They had done nothing, no work. They didn't know what was going on, and you implemented what you're going to share today, and boom, and we saw sales come in, I think on day 1 within hours. So Fred, without further ado, man, I'm going to turn things over to you. I'm pumped. I'm taking notes. My friend, take it away and blow our minds. Thanks so much for being here.
Awesome. Thank you, Anik, for that amazing introduction. And I'm so privileged and honored to be here with you guys and along with Jeremy and Anik to share with you guys the simple model that one student of mine used to get his first $10,000 selling products he never seen or even owned. Now, put it in me right into the comment box if you guys are excited about this. I'm going to basically pull behind the curtain and share everything with you guys. And not only that, we are going to actually dive right into the mindsets and the 5 laws that have allowed me and my students to flourish in success in the e-commerce space. And like Anik said earlier, this is not a typical e-commerce workshop. We're going to dive right into some very specific things that will completely open your eyes, and that will completely be a game changer for every single one of you. Now, with that being said, here's a couple requests that I actually have. Number 1, I need you to turn off your cell phone, log off of social media. Obviously, if you're watching this from Facebook, then that's different. Log out of social media, and I want your 100% undivided attention. Now, request number 2 is very simple. I need you to be alone. I don't want you to have any distraction, because you are literally going to go through some very drastic life-changing experience with me and Jeremy in this workshop today. So I need you to be vulnerable. I need you to be honest. I need you to be open up. And each time I actually ask for your guys' opinion and comments, please let us know right into the comment box, because that will show me how engaged you guys are, how dedicated you guys are, and making sure that you guys are paying attention. And if you guys can honor my requests, I want you to put in the word #GoGoGo right in the questions box, and I'm gonna actually start right away. All right. Let's see. I got Philippe, Jin, Michael, Romo, Juan, Crystal, Timothy, Tiffany, Judy, Kenneth, Ricard, Paula, Ron, Lucine, Susan, Sarah. All right, I'm getting a lot of go, go, go coming in right now, so let's get started. Now, let me first address the elephant in the room. Is this for you? This workshop is for people that are feeling lost and overwhelmed with the vast information that is out there in the market right now. And you're also feeling stuck and not knowing the exact steps or what steps you need to take to not just generate your first sale, but how to actually scale up your business. Now, let's be honest, you guys all hustled hard, you guys did a lot of things, but you still have not made your first sale. And you tried everything, and you're still not getting the desired results that you always hope and actually dream of. and you're actually excited to be here to not only master e-commerce, but to really discover the 5 laws to completely break through in your life and business right now. And if this is you, put it in me right into the comment box. If this is you, you're either lost or overwhelmed, you're stuck, you don't know what you're doing, you try so hard, never made a first sale, and you really want to get this exact breakthrough in your life right now. And I got Justin saying, hell yeah, it's me. As always, you get me pumped by Juhan. All right, so let's dive right in. So here's what to expect today. I'm going to walk you guys through on how you can overcome obstacles that are actually holding you back right now. Like Les Brown always said, there's always greatness in you, but you have to actually discover it and overcome those obstacles, and there is nothing else that will absolutely hold you back. And I'm actually going to show you today how you can actually get your first sale for free. You heard that right. I'm going to actually give you the entire blueprint on how you can literally get your first sale online, even if you have not done so, for free. And I'm going to walk you through and hand you the complete game plan to your e-commerce business. And this is nothing else, like completely nothing you've seen before. And I'm going to actually dive right into the 5 laws to success. And I'm going to walk you through exactly what these 5 laws are and how it has made a tremendous effect, not in just myself, but every single person that I actually have taught this 5 laws to. And you're also going to see at the end how you can actually get hands-on support to actually break through in your business, in your life, and to actually achieve the financial freedom, the freedom of time that you've always desired. So my goal to you today is very simple. It's to give you a complete game plan to steer your business to the right direction and start generating an income online. Now, put in the word excited right into the question box. If you guys are excited already and you guys are pumped, and we are actually going to dive right in right now. All right, I'm getting a lot of people saying excited, pouring in hella excited by Gavar. So excited. All right, so how we deliver on this goal? Very simple. You're actually going to learn from proven results. I never share anything based on theory. I never share anything that I believe or I thought or I think that it may work. I give you guys things or share everything to my mass following on proven results, things that actually works. And as a matter of fact, in just the last year alone, my students have generated collectively over $11 million in student results. $11 million, not mine. I'm not talking about my own results. I'm talking about people that started literally from zero, start their business and generated over $11 million collectively in just the last year alone. You are actually going to see over 13 years of trial and errors that I've actually gone through, and over $30 million online transacted. And I've actually built 4 multi-million-dollar businesses, and I'm going to show you guys all these today. Now, not a lot of people know this, but I actually got nominated for Entrepreneur of the Year in Canada. Entrepreneur of the Year. And I'm also the finalist in 30 under 30 for Forbes. Now, I didn't make it to the honoree only because I think that I'm a Canadian and obviously Forbes is a United States company, but I did get an email that I went to the finalist. Obviously, I was just so close on being an honoree. I'm also a contender for Startup 50 in Canada for my business. And here's the part that will shock you guys. One of my e-commerce store is awarded Inc. 5000 in United States, one of the fastest growing company in America. And everything that I share with you, everything that I share with you and teach you guys are basically through this venture that I built, a Fortune 5000 company in USA. Now, the business that really got you here today and got to where I am today is simply e-commerce. E-commerce is definitely one of the fastest growing sector when it comes to entrepreneurship. According to Statista, last year in 2017, e-commerce sales globally transacted over $2,000 billion. That's like $2 trillion worth of transactions online. And in 2020, and we're literally talking about in just a few short years, it is projected to almost double to $4,058 billion in sales. Put in a 1 into the comment box if you guys can see like how massive of an opportunity that we are in right now. This is literally like the gold rush back in California. This is where the opportunity is at hand. Because of the immense growth that e-commerce is having, it really opened up doors like you and I for us to actually take advantage of it. Because listen, if you only have a fraction of this $4 trillion pie, you can still build a multi-7-figure business. Now, if you actually look at further down the statistics, right now, consumers are so comfortable on buying products online, the average transaction is now covering over $80. You heard that right. A customer are willing to spend upwards of $80 online right now to buy products online. And if you actually look further to the bottom, $30 billion. And this is just 2015. We all know how social media has grown drastically over the last 2 years. But in 2015, $30 billion were actually came from social commerce. So like Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, that's where it all came from. And it's only 44% from the United States. What I want to share with you guys is that right now is the time for you to actually succeed. And it's actually much easier than what it is before, like our grandparents who have to actually go to a farm and basically go to work on a daily basis. Right now, we're in a golden era when it comes to entrepreneurship. And with that, I want to walk you guys through when it comes to e-commerce, how simple it is for you to actually do this. And I'm going to actually pull up my scribble pad and show you guys how simple it is for you to actually tap into this market right now. So put in the word 2 in the comment box if you guys can actually see my screen, my white screen. I'm going to actually dive right in. I'm going to give you the plan right now, okay? The plan that I've been using for nearly over a decade that has allowed me to generate millions of dollars online and over $30 million transacted. All right, I'm getting a lot of 2s coming in. Okay, so when it comes to e-commerce, it is actually simple. A lot of people say that you have to invest a lot of money to get started. A lot of people say there are a lot of crazy parts and elements that you have to work on. Let me actually put that aside. I'm going to show you something that is absolutely simple and for anyone like you to get started today. So first of all, obviously the number one thing that we need is simply a store, right? Now, thanks to technology nowadays, you can actually have a store up in a week or max 2 weeks. Now, if you guys actually is a member of Zero Up, you can actually have it up in less than 15 minutes. Now, once you actually have a store up, here's the magic that happens. You never need to actually invest into inventory because obviously we are an online store. We don't have to let consumer know that we don't have any inventory. And what you need to do is very simple. You first go and find a manufacturer, okay, that basically produce products, and we call them vendor or manufacturers. And from there, you ask for 3 things. Number 1, you'll ask for the image, right? You got to basically know what the image of the product looks like and how it looks like. And number 2, you also need the description, right? You need to actually find out what it's made out of, what can it do, etc., etc. And you need to know your cost of goods. And in this case, let's say it is $5. Once you got these 3 information, all you have to do is simply just upload it right into your store and have it for sale. And you mark it up by however much you want. In this case, for easy math, let's say that's going to be $10. So what you're basically doing right now is that you are simply getting the image, getting the description, putting it into your store, and mark it up for a price. Now, then, let's say that Mr. Joe goes to your store, checks out the product, he wants to buy the product. Guess what? At this point, he gives you $10 upfront in cash. Okay? He gives you $10 upfront in cash. You collect that $10 and you simply pay the $5 to your manufacturer and have them ship the product directly to your customer. So what's essentially been happening is that you are now making $5 profit by simply arbitraging the inventory that is sitting in the warehouse of your vendor. Now, this vendor can be from AliExpress, it can be from DHgate, it can be a great manufacturer from the United States, it can be anywhere. But this is really the foundation of e-commerce right now, because for you as an individual, you don't want to invest thousands of dollars to actually get stock or inventory. You don't want to be the person that actually pack or ship the product. Your goal is to run the business. And your goal is to actually get the customer to pay you the $10 upfront. So this method is absolutely zero risk. Put in the number 0 right into the question box if you guys can see. Right now, that's all you're doing. You're just simply taking the image, you're taking the description, you're taking everything. And thanks to the growing of technology, right now, consumer like you and I, when we go online to buy a physical product, we only see the image, look at this description. We never actually feel, touch, or smell the product, and we are being sold through simply the image of the product, maybe a video, and the text. And this is how simple e-commerce is right now. But here's the truth. Let's have a reality check. You may have heard of this, or you already are doing this, and you know of this, and you have seen a lot of videos about this. But let's have a reality check. You are stuck. You are stuck. Put in the word 1 right into the comment box right now if you feel that you are stuck right now. And guess what? Have you ever wondered why you are stuck? I'm getting a lot of people saying stuck right now. Thomas says sick and tired of being sick and tired. Exactly. Right? Traffic is hard. I got a lot of people commenting right now. Stuck by Fahad, right? But here's the thing. Have you ever wondered why you're stuck? And here's the reason. Number 1, I'll do it tomorrow problem. This is what you have. This is what I have. This is what the society is actually training us right now. Listen, you have the system. You have the blueprints. You have the training. You literally, right now, thanks to the internet, have everything that you need in order for you to actually take action and simply generate a business online. You have all the information. There's a lot of things that Anik has given you. There are a lot of things that I have given out. There are a lot of YouTube channels. You have some courses out there. Literally, you have all the information. But the biggest problem is that you always make an excuse and say, I'll do it tomorrow. Put it in me into the comment box if you can be completely vulnerable to me and say that, yes, I always have that. I know that I got to create my website. I know that I got to create my ads. I got to write an email. But you always simply say to yourself that, you know what? I'll do it tomorrow. I'll go on to my Netflix marathon and watch the Game of Thrones, or I'll simply just go and simply just lay on a couch or go have beer with a friend, right? That is an excuse. It's a freaking excuse that you are actually having right now. And there's always a saying, actions speak louder than words. There are, again, so much information out there, and if you seriously don't take that first step ahead and always have the mentality saying that I'll do it tomorrow and procrastinate about it, you will never succeed online, even if everything is presented right in front of you. You simply put it off. And one of the most important things is that you gotta seriously take action. And let's be honest, it is uncomfortable when you actually start taking action, but it doesn't matter. You have to start taking action. Next is your shiny object syndrome problem. All right. this is probably not your first business. Whatever business you're in right now, maybe you're in e-commerce, or maybe you're in email marketing, or all those other stuff. This is probably not your first business. And maybe, again, you've tried to make ends meet, like affiliate marketing, email marketing, Amazon, AdSense, all these other stuff. And you're jumping from one business to another business to another business to another business. And you're having that all thanks to the shiny object syndrome. Put it into the comment box if you know for a fact that you have a shiny object syndrome. And listen, guys, I'm actually sharing with you guys these stuff to actually bring the self-awareness out, okay? To bring the self-awareness out of yourself so you know what is stopping you from succeeding. And I'll be honest with you, even I myself have a shiny object syndrome problem. I myself have the same thing. I always basically come up with the next idea that I want to actually pursue, and my team just shot me down, and I basically say, all right, I'm having that shiny object syndrome. Now, having it is fine, but you need to make sure that you are aware of it and that you yourself know of it, and basically remind yourself that, hey, I'm actually moving towards the shiny object syndrome again, and call yourself out. Now, the most important thing is that you're always on a treadmill, okay? You're always running into the same problem over and over and over again. Maybe running a Facebook ad on driving traffic to your website, or maybe how to actually handle customer service, or maybe how to set up an autoresponder, or maybe how to set up an email. And you invest countless hours and 110% of your effort, but nothing is working. And here's the truth. It is not your fault. And it's not the system's fault. The real problem to all these is because you have not discovered the 5 laws to success. And once you're able to actually master these, you're going to get completely unstuck and take complete control of your business and even your financial freedom. And you will attract the right products to you that you can actually gain exponential growth, not just in terms of your business, but in terms of your profit at the same time. And you're also able to turn unprofitable campaigns into profits while scaling up to a whole new level. And I'll show you the game plan on exactly how to do this. But first thing first, I want to show you guys how I discovered the 5 laws to success. Listen, I have been very, very blessed and very, very privileged to actually have gone from 0 to generating over $30 million online. And I did not start anywhere near where I am at today. 13 years ago, I was actually in the worst time of my life. Growing up in an Asian family culture, I was told that I got to get good grades, I got to go to college, I got to graduate with a degree so I can actually make a living. A living, not a life, a living. But at that point, I literally suck in math and English. I nearly failed high school, and I didn't even make it to college. I was completely stuck. My family were very upset with me. They're like, what on earth are you thinking about? Are you serious? You're going to lose in a dead-end job, and this is not going to actually work. And you know what? My first job was actually washing dishes. It was literally washing dishes. That's how I started. I was in a complete dead-end job that was actually one of the worst jobs I ever had, and one of the worst jobs in our society right now. But I needed to work because I need to take care of my family. I grew up with 2 brothers in Canada. My dad is actually living in Hong Kong, working in his dead-end job again. And every single day, every single month, he just sends X amount of money to basically our family, and we basically live from that. And there's always an old saying by my mom saying that if we have 10 bottles right now, we literally have only 9 bottle caps. We can never fill up or basically give ourselves the ability to have that extra income or extra hundreds of dollars for us to do anything. We were living paychecks by paychecks. And at that point, I was like, all right, I know that I need to take care of my family, and washing dishes is not going to take me to where I am going to go. So I turned onto the internet to find a solution to change my life. Just like many of you, going to the internet to start looking and start finding simply different ways that I can actually generate a profit online. And here's my never spoken before failures. I've invested my hard-earned dishwashing money into multiple online courses. That's what I was trying to do. I literally invest all the money that I was washing from dishes and investing into seeing how I can actually have a breakthrough. I spent countless hours on forums just to actually learn and actually see what I can actually do. And each time I create a business, I create a campaign, I thought I had it, but right away, it failed bad. And for a full year, I was failing and stuck. I don't know what to do. I did everything I can. I put in all the effort. I invested into all the courses. Things are definitely just not working out. And I was in the verge of literally giving up until I was presented by my business partner one last shot. We actually were very blessed that we actually found a vendor that has a product at that time, back in 2008, that helps you save gas. And we're like, all right, let's go all in, invest all our money, invest all our time and effort into this, and see if we can actually make it work. We were already giving up, but we say, this is our last shot. And we literally pouring everything that we got into this business, and we went from 0 to $4.8 million in just 10 months time. We were there, verge of breaking up, but we hit that tipping point. That one last shot gave us the tipping point, and we went from 0 to $4.8 million. And sadly, the business collapsed badly. Finally, I thought that I really got unstuck, making millions of dollars, doing everything that we can, amazing success, but my worst nightmare happened. We realized after we did an audit that there are more expenses than what we actually have in our bank. And we realized that we are in debt. And what made matter worse was that back then, processing credit card orders online for a physical product is a complete nightmare. It is impossible because banks do not believe in it. Now, thanks to obviously the evolving of the technology right now, there are Stripe, PayPal, and Shopify payment. You guys don't even have to worry about that. But back then, we had to worry about all those stuff. And our bank decided not to process any more credit card order online. And given the fact that we are in debt, overnight, the business completely collapsed. And I've then transitioned basically to a 7-figure agency. That's what I did. I lost everything once again. I thought that we actually had things work. It didn't work out. Then I simply took the things that I've learned into an agency, and I completely quit running my own business. I was like, all right, this is done. This is not for me. I'm simply just going to actually help other people run their business. And I was very, very, very ecstatic enough to actually learn all the secrets on how to buy traffic online so I can create an agency with online advertising as the staple. And because back then online advertising was such a rare skill set, I actually acquired contracts from BMW, Rolls-Royce, Mini, Mercedes-Benz, and other billion-dollar brands as clients. And that really bring up to another multi-million-dollar business that I've created. But let's face it, working for other people sucks. My corporate life sucks. How many of you agree with that? Put it into the comment box. If you believe like corporate life sucks, you're literally working 9 to 5, you're making your boss all the money, you're basically making your clients all the money, and you have to actually go on a 9 to 5 work. Even though that they were my clients, I still have to get onto the meeting. I still have to make sure that everything is been done. So 3 years later, I decided to pick up where I fell. I was like, all right, I'm not going to actually continue to help other people make money. I'm going to actually go back into creating my very own business. And when I look back at all my failures and successes for the past 4 years, ever since that thing starts to flourish, died, created my agency, learned from all the top general manager, top sales manager, and marketing managers around the world, I've actually discovered not just the vehicle on building the business, I've actually discovered the 5 laws to success. And once I mastered all these 5 laws, one of my e-commerce stores, just one, have generated $6.7 million online. Now let me ask you guys this. Are you guys ready to get into my 5 laws right now? Type in a big yes right into the comment box, and I want a lot of yeses pouring in before we even continue on what really turned into gold for me. All right, I got Marcos, Wendy, Mark, Joanne, Dewan, Bernard, Rajiv, Lisa, Shell, Nathan, Jerome, George, Kurt, Thomas, Lee. Wow, I'm getting a lot of yeses coming in. Lots more yeses coming in. All right, so let's dive right in. The first law is the law of intention. You're here for a reason. You intended to actually be here today in this workshop. You did not accidentally just come on. You actually saw an email, clicked on the email, registered for it, mark it on your calendar, and actually clear your schedule to make sure that you are here. And that's why you are here right now, because you intend that this is going to happen. And you know what? You have to have the same intention for your business and for your success. And you need to be hungry and continue to be hungry about your success and make it happen. And in order for you to actually make this happen, you've got to visualize on how it's like when you're there. You all have a goal in mind. You all have something that you want to accomplish. That is your intention. And again, you have to visualize that intention to turn into reality. I was fortunate enough to actually meet Jack Canfield, from the author of The Chicken Soup for the Soul, and he literally taught me this, and I had a big breakthrough. This is what you need to do. When you are visualizing for your success, you do not just want to actually think about it. Here's what you want to do, and I want you to run this exercise with me right now. I'll give you 3 seconds, okay, to think about what your intention is. Why do you want to create a business? Why do you want to become an entrepreneur? What is that one thing that you want to accomplish? Now, I'll share mine for a sec while you guys are thinking about it. For me, I wanted to actually give freedom to my family. I wanted to take care of my mom, who's working her ass off just to take care of us, okay? And when you have that intention in mind, here's what you got to do. I want you to close your eyes. And here's exactly what I need you to do. I need you to visualize the day that you have turned your goal into reality. I need you to think and to actually visualize what you are wearing that day. What's the weather like that day? Was it sunny? Was it raining? What was your emotion at that time? Were you happy? Were you stressed? Were you just jumping around? What were you feeling? And the feeling is going to be the most important part, because if you start to visualize this and actually have all 5 senses to actually see that goal coming into reality, and you hold that thought each time you actually create your business, this is exactly how you can actually turn your dreams into reality. And by doing this, you are literally not telling your mind and body, but you're commanding your mind and body towards the success that you wanted to accomplish. And here's the thing. Some of you guys are basically commenting that money, a number, is an intention. Let me tell you, money is not an intention. Money is actually not the goal. You have to actually intend for a much bigger purpose. And when you have that intention, money is actually going to follow along to make your dreams into reality. And at iPro, at my business, my intention is not just to make money. My intention is to help individuals like you to succeed online. That's what I wanted to see, and that's what I wanted to do. And that's what I've been set foot to go towards, inspiring 100,000 people around the world from all walks of life to be saying, Fredman changed my life by giving me the opportunity to actually become an entrepreneur online and to actually run an online business and turn my dreams into reality. Now, at my main e-commerce business, money is, again, not the intention. Our goal is to save water, save earth, and save lives. And we actually plant over 153,000 trees in underprivileged communities because that's the intention of our business. We want to have a change in water, earth, and lives. And we even restored 2 water wells in India, and we've inspired hundreds of thousands of people to eliminate the toxic pollutants in our world. And because we have this intention in my businesses, the monetary reward will actually follow along. And again, at the end of the day, that's what you want to do. Gavir said that that's brilliant, preserving the environments. And again, like I said, every single one of you has an intention, and you gotta find out what that intention is. And let me share with you Ryan Carell, one of our students. He's a 22-year-old kid from Los Angeles. His intention, okay, is to actually make $100,000. Now, the $100,000 is not the real intention that he has. He actually wanted to gain acknowledgement from his family that where he's heading towards is the right path. Right now, for all the millennials and all the Generation Y, I'm not sure if I have any millennials or Generation Y watching right now. If you do, put it in me right into the comment box right now if you do. But you guys are basically being told that, oh, you guys are entitled, you guys are basically being rascals, you guys are basically breaking up the traditions. And you know what? I have to tell you, I firmly believe that every single one of you that are in Generation Y and in the millennials are being misunderstood. And you guys basically just want acknowledgement. That's what you want. You want acknowledgement to the society that, or your parents or your grandparents, that whatever you guys are doing is actually right. You guys are not going to go back into the 9-to-5 rat race or going into college because you know that there is something better. And that's what Ryan did. His intention is to basically have $100K to show to his parents and show to his family that I'm doing everything right. I'm not being the person that's going to upset the family and thinking that I'm going to the wrong direction. And he just wants the acknowledgement. And guess what? This kid made it happen in just 6 short months. Now let's move on to law number 2, the law of necessity. This is actually very important. Most people don't put in 110% in their business. Let's be honest. Let's be vulnerable to me. Put it in me into the comment box if you actually did not put in 110% in your business. There are always holdbacks. There are always questions. There are always things that you are finding excuses in. Right, I'm getting a flood of people saying me right now. James, Wendy, Keith, Darlene, Gary, Uno, Billy, Jin, Jer. Oh, wow, a lot of me's coming in. And you know what? It's because you did not turn your business into a necessity. And here's what I want you to do. If you are basically being brought to an island, and you know what, when it comes to mankind survival, if you are stuck in the island and someone burned your boat, you will still find ways to actually survive. And the reason why is that as human, we are actually blessed and trained to actually overcome obstacles, especially when we are put into a situation where we need to put in 110% of our efforts. And if you go to the island and burn that boat, you will do everything. Even if you have no survival skills before, you will still be able to survive because you are putting everything in place. And when you are building your business, you have to do this. And this may scare you. And I know that you are going into discomforts when I tell you this, but you got to burn the boats. And that's what I did. I burned my own boats. And you got to make your business a necessity of your life. And because of that, it creates fear in you. And fear is one of the craziest force in life that can actually force you to succeed online. When you are put into a position of fear, you will succeed. Like me, my story. When I was basically building my business, going from Washington District building a business, I basically said, I need to make this work. If I don't make this work, I am going to put my family at risk. I'm going to actually go back into the position where my family is going to go back into a state of where we are living paychecks to paychecks. I was in complete fear. I cannot lose. I cannot fail. I need my business to be in complete necessity. I need to make this all happen. And when you do this, this is where you start to actually succeed. And again, 13 years ago, I embraced necessity and fear to achieve the success that I got today. That's what I did. I turned my business. I burned my boats. I burned my 7-figure agency. I burned everything. And I said, I'm going to put it all in. And although it is fearsome, but let me tell you a fact. Right now, every single one of you are too freaking comfortable. You are so comfortable that you do not want to get uncomfortable. And when you ever want a breakthrough in your life, and if you want to actually succeed in your business or in anything that you wanted to do, you have to get uncomfortable. And even when you think that you're comfortable right now, I can guarantee you that their life will always give you discomfort. And when you actually discover that, you will always overcome the discomfort and break through in your business and in your life. Even in relationship, it is exactly the same thing. You gotta be uncomfortable to actually get this change, to actually go into the next level that you always want. You don't want to basically be stuck. And again, I know that obviously everyone needs a job to feed their family, but at the end of the day, when you're too comfortable and you're not getting uncomfortable, you won't succeed online. And let me share a quick story of my student, Eric Gitter. He came to me with necessity and fear. He actually flew down to me from Kenya, got his visa, got everything, sold his car, left his family in Kenya to spend a couple days with me, okay? And guess what? He actually said to me, he needs to make this a necessity, and he was scared. And I would have to use the word shit scared. My apologies for my foul language. He was really shit scared when he was coming to me. He didn't know if he could actually make it happen. He doesn't know that he can do it. And after spending just 4 days with me completely from scratch, he started to generate sales, and a lot of sales. And he started reporting back to his community in Kenya. And guess what? Right now, he actually have a meeting set up with the 3 major universities in Kenya and talking to the presidents for get him to actually teach e-commerce to the students in Kenya right now. Right now, he is absolutely flourishing into success. He is now driving the driving force into the 3 major universities to actually share how they can actually break through. And if he did not embrace necessity and fear, he would never have this breakthrough in their life. And number 3, law number 3, the law of tipping. Now I gotta have a big shout out for Paula. Paula said that I just brought her into tears. But here's the reality. I'm sharing these with you based on my personal experience and how I had my breakthroughs in my life. And I want to extend this all to you guys. All right. So anyways, here's the next part. the law of tipping. All right. Here's one of the most important part, the ugly truth about online business. Okay. There's no such things as overnight success. It's sad to see, quote unquote, other gurus spreading the wrong message. I have a lot of people basically wanting me to be an affiliate and say that, oh, this system is going to work. It's going to make a lot of people a lot of money. But when I look at it, I knew for a fact that it was a piece of garbage. I was like, and they're making claims on that. And that's actually a sad thing, seeing that the information, all the things are being taught the wrong way. All the things that has been shown and the vision and the blueprint are showing wrong to spread the wrong message. Here's the truth. When you're building a business, you definitely need to understand that you are building a sustainable business, and that's how you can actually succeed. And building a business is exactly like a baby growing up. You gotta first learn how to crawl, then to walk, and then run. There are so many people that just try to jump ahead of the game to find the shortcut, to find the easiest way to actually generate a couple bucks here and there. But the truth is, that is not how you should be running your business. And that's why you are continuing to be always in the treadmill of basically running into it and not working because you did not go from step 1, step 2, step 3. You're trying to jump all over the map. Now, put into the comment box if you believe that you yourself have been doing that. Be vulnerable, right? If you yourself have been like, you know what, I'm trying to jump all over the map. I did not really go in and take the steps one by one. And to really learn this on basically going first crawl, first, then walk, then run. Right. And when you're jumping all over the place, a lot of people agree with me, and when you're jumping to a lot of places, that simply just doesn't work. And if you want to experience the steps, you need to know what is happening. You need to experience it and don't jump ahead of yourself, because running too fast made me lost my 7-figure business. And I do not want to see that happening with you guys. That's what happened in the first business back in 2008. We were just running like crazy. We don't even have the foundation of running a business. We don't even have the business mentality. We don't even have the business foundation. And because we were running too fast, we actually collapsed because we did not really gone through all the steps. And for you, you gotta build momentum and learn from each phase, because that's when you start hitting the tipping point, your business growth will be at a massive magnitude, because you know exactly what is being done, you know the steps, and that's all you gotta do. And that's what happened to Jedi Dreyfus when he first started. Again, before he met me, he was just running straight ahead and just doing all these crazy random stuff. And I told him, it's like, easy, buddy, come back down. You got to follow my steps and do it exactly I tell you to. And obviously he lost one of his store, but look at what his store did, because obviously he wasn't following the steps I was telling him. But now he's actually flourishing online at the same time. From Denver, Colorado, general store, daily sales of 100 sales a day, total sales of nearly $300,000. And Jedi is actually going to be here with us in just a minute, so you can actually learn from him on what his experience have been. Now let me ask you guys this. We've just went through the 3 laws so far. And let me ask you, are you already seeing yourself missing one of the 3 laws in your success path? Put in a yes into the comment box right now if you basically can relate to the 5 laws that I've just shared with you. And it just feels like someone just absolutely called you out, right? I got Eben saying sadly yes. Fahad said that yes, the whole 3. I got a lot of people saying all 3 of them. Well, sorry, just taking a sip of water. Well, guess what? We've only gone through just literally 3 of the 5. And I'm going to actually blow you guys away on what I have to share with you guys in just a minute. Now, put in a 1 in the comment box if you guys are enjoying this right now. If you guys are now, you guys can feel like you guys got simply goosebumps down your skin when I was sharing all these with you guys, that really giving you a breakthrough than knowing exactly what you need to do. All right, I got a lot of people saying yes. I got people saying we love you. Michael said I was too comfortable. Awesome. All right, well, let's continue on right now. The fourth law is the law of investment. All right, most people are scared to spend money to build wealth. Let me share with you one thing. In our society right now and in our education system, and like Mr. Robert Kiyosaki always say, our education system do not teach us about money or wealth. And if you literally understand how wealth is being built, this is where you actually get a massive success in your life. And wealth transfers. And here's what I mean by wealth transfers. When a person gets wealthy, it's because the wealth from another person is transferred to them. Kind of like e-commerce right now. The customer transferred their wealth to you. And from that point, you obviously built your wealth by making X amount from the margin. And then that exact money, the wealth, has been transferred to your vendor. And then from your vendor, it's transferred to the worker. And the worker transferred back to the businesses. And it just creates a cycle. You need to understand that there is a reason why money is called currency. It's because of the flow. It's a current. And you cannot stop the flow of money. And if you do stop the flow of money, what's literally going to happen is that you are literally going to stop yourself from making even more. Because what you're essentially happening is that you got money to you and you stopped it right there. And you did not spend any of it and you did not continue to let money keep running to yourself. And that's why a lot of people in our society right now cannot have a breakthrough and they are literally living paychecks to paychecks. All right. And in order for you to succeed, and here's one thing, in our Asian culture, the most wealthiest people will always have a saying, basically saying the fact that money is scared of the dark. And what that means is that if you always hide your money and don't spend your money, you will not make more money. And in order for you to succeed, you need to learn how to flow with the money and be in tune with the currency and create investments where you gain more back. And if you stop money, you literally stop your own income. All right. And when you spend money in your knowledge and ads, you will actually have a direct ROI in not just your business, but in yourself. You need to understand whenever you actually have to spend money for your business, it is not an expense. It is an investment. Because not only are you now knowing and gaining the knowledge, you are now buying data. You are now buying pixel information. You are now buying email addresses. And that's what you got to do. And you don't let the fear of spending money stop you. And in just a minute, I'm going to actually walk you guys through a demo about e-commerce that no one has shared to the public, and I rarely share this to the public, on how you can actually make your investment back. So you know that you are not literally spending money on ads or basically spending money on things in your store. That is an expense. It is literally an investment. All right. So let's move on to the last law, the law of partnership. Now, let's be honest. Be vulnerable to me at this point. Here, you and I, all right, we cannot be a master at everything. Put it to me in the question box if you agree with that. You absolutely cannot be that one person that master every single thing on the internet or in your life. That is not real. If someone tells you that you can master everything, that is all BS, right? Because as a human, we absolutely cannot be a master at everything. We will know or be good at something, but we won't be able to master everything. And there's always a saying, together we are stronger. And in all my businesses, I have partners. Why? Because number one, I know for a fact that I cannot master everything. And the second reason is because it gives me accountability, responsibility, and discussions. And it also provides help and support for my business and help me get unstuck. If you remember back in your college days or basically in your high school days, when you are basically being assigned a group project, it will always turn out to be great because each person have to work on different pieces and everyone have to finish their parts in order for the entire project to be completed. And at that point, if you reflect back, you are basically holding each person accountable. And when you actually delegate the workload, you are basically delegating to the person that is a master at that one particular element, and you are assigned one part that is you being the master. And when this all happens and holding each person accountable and responsible, you are able to actually get the job completed. And not only that, you will start seeing a massive breakthrough. And as a matter of fact, another really big thing is discussion and support. Let's be honest, being an entrepreneur is lonely. Put in a 1 in the comment box if you agree. Being an entrepreneur is lonely, right? And you don't know sometimes if you're doing it right, or sometimes you don't know if you're doing it wrong, and sometimes you absolutely need someone to basically say to you, hey, Keith, get that shit done, right? That's what you need, and that's what you want, and that's where you will start to continue your drive and to continue to succeed. And this is exactly how I'm able to get unstuck, because I have someone that always been at the back of my mind, or basically someone right in front of me saying like, Fred, you got to do this. And we always bring up into discussion and hold me accountable to actually get things done and at play. And listen, let me share with you guys one thing. Having a good partner is priceless. And you can actually grow much faster than being a solo entrepreneur, because you are now combining two brains into one. And when you actually have someone that is a master, maybe at ads, and you're good with website, and you combine the two together, and you guys are working in harmony, this is where things will start to succeed and to flourish for you. Now, let me ask you guys a question. A lot of you guys are asking, where can I find a good partner for this, and where can I do this? Let me ask you guys, if I were to offer you guys an opportunity to have me to be your partner, how many of you guys would actually want this? Put in a yes into the comment box. Like having me $30 million worth of transactions online with e-commerce, me having basically teaching so many students and collectively done over $11 million online. How many of you put a yes if you can see that being a partner of mine can be of value and you want me to be your partner if I actually gave you this opportunity? All right. Wow, I'm getting a lot of me's coming in right now. Come on, I want more yeses coming in right now, right? You're literally going to, I'm saying like right now, you may have the opportunity to become a partner of me. I've done this for decades and decades, and getting you accountable, making sure that you follow through and do exactly what it is. All right, I'm getting a lot of yeses coming in, pouring in right now. And if you guys are wanting this opportunity right now, you can go to the URL www.learn.com/elites. Okay, I'm having a limited seats and me basically being your partner, my team and I being your partner. That's the URL. But we're not done yet. Okay, now that you know the 5 laws, let's apply this to your business. Okay, I'm actually go over back to the demo right now. Okay, I'm going to erase all this. And remember, when I said earlier in this webinar, I'm going to basically share with you guys how you can actually make your first sale without even with basically making sale for free. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how this can be done. Put in the word excited into the, well, you know what? Put in the word demo. If you want me to walk you through the blueprints that not very many e-commerce people are talking about and that I have been using to scale my business to basically, obviously one of them you can see it went all the way to like $7 million. And I'm going to walk you guys through exactly how it is and to show you how this can basically be all at play. All right, I'm getting a lot of people saying demo right now. Awesome. Okay, so first of all, we first have traffic, right? We all know that this is one of the most important part is basically the traffic components. Now, with the traffic component, what you want to do is to drive that traffic, okay, to your landing page that you're selling a product. In this page, there's a headline, there's a hero shot of your image, maybe some benefit points, and then there is the call to action on basically ordering, okay? This is always going to be the first step. Now, right after, when someone actually order, what you want to do is to introduce, okay, what we call upsell. And I would have to tell you, majority of the e-commerce store do not even do this. When you actually say, wait, get this product for XYZ that is supplementing the initial product. Let's say maybe you're selling a flashlight or something and you sell the battery to it. People are going to say yes. That is a no-brainer, right? They want to actually have a battery, and people are going to say yes. And when they say yes, you want to bring them, okay, into another upsell. In an e-commerce environment, to upsell is proven to work and doesn't affect your conversion rate. So we, again, have a yes and no over here. And once that is done, then you send them over to the credit card page, right? In the credit card page, you simply ask for their credit card information, and that's where your cha-ching obviously happen over here. Now, a lot of people obviously just stop here as well, and that's actually, I find it very, very interesting that people don't even apply everything when it comes to a business. When person gave you their email address, there are so many things that you can do when they actually become your customer. You can then also, okay, in their thank you page, instead of just thanking them, give them a coupon to actually have them going back into your store to simply buy more products. Again, in an e-commerce environment, people don't just buy one product. They buy more than one and a lot of times. And then, here's another thing. We're not even done yet. You also want to make sure that all these, when a person gave you their email address, or when a person actually buys from you and a person actually abandon your cart, you want to make sure that you add them into your email list. And from your email list, you will want to monetize from it. This is the exact blueprint that you want to apply for your business. It doesn't matter, even not e-commerce, even if you're selling a digital product, this is what you want to do. You want to maximize every single part of the journey of your customer. Now, this is the ball part. Let me actually walk you through the mathematics behind all these. So let's say that you are simply driving traffic from Facebook ads, and it will cost you 50 cents cost per click. All right. Now, before I move on, put in a me into the comment box if you guys are following right now. If you guys are really seeing like, holy moly, I never thought about running an e-commerce business the way that has been showing out. Awesome. Getting a lot of me's right now. All right. Okay. I'm not even done yet. So now let's look at the math side. Let's say that you're basically running ads and it costs you 50 cents cost per click. And it's still very doable. I have a lot of students that are getting like 25 cents cost per click right now. And let's say we use the strategy free plus shipping. So you're giving a product away and all you are charging is simply the shipping fee. And you want to typically have your cost of goods to be around $5. So each of your transaction make around $5 gross, okay? And at that point, you will typically see around 6 to 10% conversion rates. At times, you may even see as high as 15% conversion rates, okay? So if we do the math, let's say that you actually have 100 clicks to your page and it costs you 50 cents a click. your cost of ads is literally going to be $5. And now if you're able to actually make a sale from 100 clicks, well, guess what? No, that's, sorry, 10 clicks. So that's my bad. That's why I say I really suck at math. So 100 clicks times 50 cents. Yeah, it's $50. My bad. It's $50. And now that because you've got like around $5 margin, and let's say that you got 10% conversion rate, 100 clicks multiplied by 10% conversion rate, that is equal to 10 sales. And at 10 sales, you multiply by $5 profit margin each, it will still equal to $50. So your cost of ads and however much you make is giving you a break-even point right over here. You are breaking even. That's what happened. You are running ads, you're getting customers, and you are breaking even. Now let me ask you this question. Put in a 1 into the comment box if you will stop the ad, and put in a 2 if you are basically going to say, nope, I'm going to continue running it. Right, a lot of people, oh, I'm actually getting a lot of 1s coming in, surprisingly. But here's the truth. Right now, this is just the front. Right now, all these have been taken care of. We haven't even gone to the back right now. And when a person actually, let's say that the person came and click on your ad, buys the product, your first upsell, you want to sell something a little bit higher that supplements this product over here. So let's say that the typical number is around $12.95. You're doing free plus shipping. It's $12.95 to $19.95. Okay, that's the price point that you want to sell. And you want to have at least 50% net profit margin in your upsell right now. So if we actually use $20, that means that you are going to make $10 profits. All right, and you will usually typically get 15 to 30% take rates on this right now. So 15 to 30% take rate will take upsell number 1. And that means that you are literally, if you get 100 sales, that means that you're going to get 2 sales with this. So we're just finding the medium right now, 15 and 30. The middle is going to be 2. Times it by $10. That's going to be additional $20 net profit for you. Right here, you've made $20 net. All this have been paid for, okay? You are now just adding an upsell and you make $20 nets. Now the next upsell is going to be the same thing, but you want to actually increase the price a little bit higher to $19.95 to $29.95. You want to have baby steps on going up. You don't want to simply just sell the same amount of money. You want to sell it a little bit higher. And let's say, again, you have a 50% profit margin, okay, on the product that you want to sell. And let's say that you're selling a $30 one, you're making $15 profits. And again, on upsell number 2, you'll still get 30% to 30% take rate. That means that you're going to get 2 sales multiplied by 15. That will equal to $30. Now, by adding this, you are making an additional $30 net profit. So yes, you did break even in the initial components, but the money is being made right on day 1 when one of the person actually took an upsell. And obviously they go through an email, they go into checkout and basically go into a thank you page. And on the thank you page, you want to offer them a coupon. And you will see typically around 5% conversion rate when a person actually used the coupon, go to your sites, and actually buy more products from you. And it doesn't stop there. You will still have an access to emails for anyone that actually either abandoned the carts or bought the product from you. And you want to introduce email strategies to actually have them going back to your store. It can be simply a percentage off or a new product that you can introduce. All these are going to be profits for you because, again, this part have been paid for. The traffic components have been paid for because you are literally just breaking even over there. And it doesn't stop there. You can also introduce affiliate marketing into your email list. And that's what I do. I introduce affiliate marketing to my e-commerce store so I continue to even make more money. Does it make sense? So you're basically breaking even, making money, and building an email list. Putting me into the comment box if you see the power of this right now. Right. I'm getting a lot of people saying me, and yeah, digital marketing. You can also simply sell digital products to your email list. And whatever you continue to sell, you don't need to pay any additional money to, only because all these have been taken care of, right? So now, let me ask you this. Quick question. Quick question for you, okay? Now, before I actually ask that quick question, put in a wow into the comment box if you guys can actually see like how massive this workshop has been for you guys. All right, put in a wow into the comment box if you guys see how massive, how you can see how life-changing this is. Like I said earlier, this is not another e-commerce workshop that you have actually seen before. All right, awesome, a lot of people. So now here's my quick question for you. What if you can master all 5 laws right now? And what if we have an entire business built for you that has the potential to scale up? Will you jump on this? Put in a yes into the comment box right now. If you, Jess, I'm calling out your name, Jess Tan. If you are given the opportunity to actually master the 5 laws right now, and to basically have us being your partner, building up your entire business for you that have the potential to scale right now, will you do it? Put in a yes into the comment box. I want to see more. I got a lot of people right here in this, and there's got to be a lot more right now, right? We're talking about like a complete potential into all these. All right. So here's what you do. Well, here's what you can do when you do this. Okay, take a look at Connor, 23-year-old kid from Madison, Wisconsin. He's going to be here with us in just a bit for a quick Q&A interview. He opened a jewelry store. Average daily sales, 160. Total sales, almost $700,000. Michele Arrive, music lover from Italy, started with literally $269 to his name. His daily average sales was 116 per day. And his total sales is upward of $91,000 per month. Dirk Cheatwood from Los Angeles, California, daily sales average 80 sales a day with total sales of $153,000. How many of you would love to get the results that they are getting? Put in a 1 into the comment box right now. If you would love to get the results that they are getting, right? How about half of what they're doing? Put in a 2, even half of what they're doing. That is already something that you are super excited about, and that's where you can actually have your bigger intention and purpose coming into the reality. And what if you have more access than they do? More access than they do. An opportunity where, again, you can master the 5 laws to success and finally get unstuck in business and life and start a scaling e-commerce business with real profits and embrace financial freedom and have my team and I be your partner. Do you want me to be your partner right now? Put in a yes. I want a big capitalized YES right now. Big capitalization of YES right now. All right. Again, like I said, you guys are here for a reason. You guys are here for a reason. You want to succeed. You want to make sure that you break through in your business and in your life. You want to really strive this year and really flourish in the success that you've always dreamt of. All right, I'm getting a lot of yeses coming in. Come on, more yeses. Come on, more yeses. I know that there's some more yeses. All right, a lot of yeses coming in. Well, let me introduce you to our Zero Up Elite Publish by Learn. And here's the process. This will blow you away, all right? I'm going to jump back to the whiteboard right now, okay? And share this process with you guys so you guys know exactly what is happening, okay? So today, we are over here. I'm going to change it back to black color. This is where we are today. Today, you are going to actually be given a link to apply, okay? The application is absolutely free. Now, I cannot take every single person here right now that is live with us, okay, to be in our partnership program. And the application, we're going to take around 48 hours to actually go through all the application because we have to pre-qualify you to make sure that you are the right fit and you know exactly if we tell you what to do and you are going to be a right partner for us. And once you actually apply, and again, this is free to apply, and once you actually applied, you will actually hop on into a coaching call, okay, to make sure, again, if only that you qualify, you will jump on a coaching call, and that will happen around the next 72 hours. And we will make sure that you actually have all the checkpoints in our checklist, making sure that you have everything set and at play. Once that is all good, next, you are going into something called a pre-training, okay? In this pre-training, what's going to happen, it's going to take you around 3 weeks because there's obviously a lot of stuff that you got to accomplish. You're going to choose your niche. You are going to simply build your store. We're going to show you exactly how to do it the real way. You're going to find what we call the golden products, which all you need is one, and you can easily scale it to 6 figures. And you basically need all the preparation work in place, okay, to have that all completed and done. Once that is all done, then, depending on what you wanted, we will have a 4-day live event, a live training partnership with me, and here's exactly what's going to happen, okay? On day number 1, we are literally going to talk about execution, how to execute your business, how to run your Facebook ads, and all those other fun stuff. So we literally have ads up on day number 1. Then move on to day number 2. On day number 2, we are literally going to actually go in and simply grow your business. We're going to give you traffic hacks. We're going to walk you through everything to grow your business. Day number 3, we are going to go into about optimizing, how to analyze your Facebook ads, how to turn things into profit. What are the strategies that you need to do to actually run a profitable campaign? What are the strategies that you need to actually build up your store? Then on day 4, this is where we actually talk about scaling your business, how you can actually scale up, what you need to do to continue to scale in terms of ads, profit, where your business will go towards. Either you can sell it or you can actually build it into a legacy business. And again, depending on what event that you are going to choose, we're also going to invest as a partner back into your business to run ads with you. We're going to basically invest money from my own pocket into your business to run ads with you. And here's the crazy part, okay? On day number 1, this over here, I have a lot of gurus and a lot of people that pays me easily $20,000 to $30,000 just for a couple hours just to actually help them. And you are literally going to spend 4 days with my team and I to help you build, grow, and scale your business. And we've done this a couple of times, and I want to share with you. On day number 2, okay, on day number 2, from our past partnerships that we have, more than 50% have basically started generating a sale, okay? And at the end of day 4, almost every single person came with no sales and start generating sales. My goal is to make sure that through that 4 days, you are not only becoming an entrepreneur, you are now knowing the exact vehicle, you know exactly what you need to do to continue to grow your business and to know exactly how you can diversify your business so you know what you got to do to start making your first 10K or 100K and turn your bigger purpose into a reality. All right, and this is what is happening right now. And with the Zero Up Elite, let me ask you again. Do you want my team and I to help you build your business and start making your first sale in 4 days or less? Put it to me right now, into the comment box right now, if you absolutely want that to happen. And literally, I'm not kidding you. We have people coming in from all over the world, and they came in with no sale and started generating sales. One of my students generated $100,000 after he left the event. Another student of mine generated $3,000 in one single week. And again, there is a substantial investment on your end. And like I said earlier, the investment is really towards your knowledge and towards your business. And if you guys are ready, simply go to www.learn.com/elite right now. And it's a free application, okay? It is absolutely free. We have to pre-qualify you to make sure that you qualify first, because it is something super intensive, and we need you to burn your boats and be 100% dedicated to actually make this all happen. We literally have all people from all walks of life coming in with absolutely zero knowledge to start generating sales in a matter of a couple days. Our fastest one was literally in just a couple hours. They start generating their first sale, and they know exactly what they needed to do. And again, the application is free. All you got to do is just go to www.learn.com/elite right now. And again, step number 1 is the application. It is absolutely free to apply. You fill out the application completely and honestly, okay? And it will be submitted for a review, and you must qualify. Then you're going to schedule a coaching call with our Zero Up brand ambassadors and my team member, and you are going to get an invitation to join us. And it's only for a limited amount of seats. I cannot take every single one of you as a partner. I'm just going to be honest and upfront about this, because there are just way too many people here. So we definitely have to limit the number of seats that we have. Then step number 3 is you are then going to go through a pre-training. We're going to help you identify a profitable niche, and we are going to help you select your main offers and also upsells. And we will also set up your store in the pre-training, and you will basically have every preparation work completed. So then we go in to our Zero Up Elites workshop. We have a virtual and we have a live one that is a 4-day intensive workshop. And your brain is going to hurt by the end of the 4 days. But you are going to completely armed in partnership on knowing exactly how to build and run and scale your business. You're going to have me and my brand ambassadors to be there to be your partner. And we're going to have personalized game plan for you to scale up your business. You're also going to get advanced media buying coaches. I'm going to share with you sales techniques, advertising techniques that is not only replicatable to every other business that you have, but is rarely shown to the public. Listen, we will build your funnel and invest in your traffic. Then when we are there, day number 1 is all about execution, okay? Finding more golden products with you, and we're going to actually create high converting Facebook ads with videos. And you're going to actually become a master at Facebook ads just on the first day. And we're going to show you how you can set up your Facebook ads the proper way that will actually generate results. And the second day, it's going to be all about growth. We're going to be strategizing a profitable funnel for your business. And we're going to share with you tactics to get your precious prospects back so they continue to actually spend more money with you. And we are also going to share with you how to utilize the power of retargeting to reach more audience and sales. Day number 3 is going to be all about optimization, understanding how to analyze the performance of your Facebook ads, because that is important. You are investing in your data, and you need to be a master at interpreting those data so you know exactly how to run a profitable campaign. Then what's next? You are going to actually learn how to optimize, set up more Facebook ads, and how to maintain your business for longevity. Day number 4 is going to be all about scaling, how to grow with emails. We're going to share other traffic opportunities and action plans to build upon the success that you are going to actually achieve through our workshop, and be thinking like a real CEO and a real entrepreneur. Listen, your takeaway from this workshop is to master the 5 laws to success and have your e-commerce business up and running, traffic and leads being generated, and to have a strategized game plan to move forward and transform you into a stellar entrepreneur. And again, the URL is www.learn.com/elites. That is the URL. It's absolutely free to apply. Go there. Seriously, we have a ton of people right now on the page. My team is actually texting me that you have a ton of people on right now. So, Jeremy, you want to chime in a little because you were actually here with us in our workshop previously as well.
Yeah, this was amazing. I mean, this was 4 days where you saw people actually going through the breakthroughs that Fred is talking about. And to be able to have a business up and running at the end of that and making sales. Every single student that I saw there was making their first sales. So what I want to hear from you guys is, what would it mean for you? Put in a heck yes if it would mean the world for you to be able to come to a 4-day event, be able to get your entire business up and running and start making sales. Put in a heck yes in the comments if that would mean the world to you, if that would truly make 2018 for you a quantum leap year. Put in a heck yes for me in the chat box. I want to just get a feel for exactly where you guys are. You guys have gotten a ton of value from this workshop. And again, what's great about this is there's literally nothing for sale in this workshop. You have the ability to put an application in if this resonates, or you have the ability to leave and literally allow this opportunity to just be completely closed off for you. And that's okay. But listen, you have the opportunity right now to put an application, and I want to just get a clear idea of if this would make your year a quantum leap year, having your entire business up and running and making your first sales within a matter of days. By actually having the level of mentorship and individual coaching support and people overhand, really walking you through this and holding your hand through this process. What would that mean for you? Just want to get a heck. Okay, awesome. Good. There we go. Heck yes. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's a live workshop. Exactly. We have a live workshop, and there's also a virtual opportunity here that we can talk about too. So we're here to support you guys in achieving your goals. That's the bottom line. But here's the thing. We've got to get clear on what those goals are, right? Fred mentioned this idea of the law of intention. Well, what is it that you're looking to achieve? I want to hear directly from you. What is your goal by the end of 2018? Again, this is all about you and your goals, what you're looking to achieve. Nothing else matters. What is it that you're looking to achieve by the end of this year? What is it, the dollar amount per month? Let's get very specific. Let's get very specific and very real here. And let's quantify it by direct numbers. What is it that you are looking to be earning by the end of this year in your business, ideally, every month? Awesome. Very good. There we go. $10,000 a month. JR says. Jinx says $125,000. Awesome. I imagine that's per month. So that's what we're talking about here. So Paul mentioned $150,000. Christopher says $5,000 a month, $25,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $3,000 a month, at least $20,000 per month. Can't pronounce your name, but it's pretty badass, so that's awesome. I can't pronounce it though. $20,000 a month, $10,000, $20,000, $10,000. Mark, there we go. Freedom and financial independence, $30,000 plus per month. Awesome, very cool. $15,000 a month, $15,000 a month, $49,000. Okay, guys, this is awesome. I appreciate you writing those numbers in. Here's why this is important. And I want you to listen to every single thing that I'm going to tell you right now, because this will literally set you free. What I'm going to share with you right now will save you hundreds of thousands of dollars. How many of you want to know exactly how to save hundreds of thousands of dollars right now on this webinar? How many of you would like to hear that? Type in a 1. I'm literally going to walk you through it right now, because every single one of you, and I appreciate you mentioning the exact number, because here's the thing, we got to get specific. This is about results. This is not about I just want financial freedom and not having a clear result that you're after. right? So we've got to be very, very clear. I thank you for putting those numbers in. So every one of you said anywhere essentially on average from $10,000 to $20,000 to $30,000 a month. So $10,000 to $30,000 a month on average. Some of you were mentioning 50 to 100 grand a month, and that's awesome. That's awesome. We can show you how to do that. Here's the thing. Now I want you to get very clear. I want you to get very clear. You know exactly where you want to be by the end of this year. At minimum, again, on average, $10,000 to $30,000 a month you want to be earning in your business. Now I want you to answer this question. This is very important. What do you feel that it has cost you not to have the business up and running and not to master the 5 things that Fred has showed you throughout this webinar? What do you feel? I want you to be honest. Again, nobody else can see these numbers, and I'll shout these particular numbers out, but I won't mention your name. That's fine. I want you to get real with yourself. That's the only way you're going to start achieving what you want. What do you feel? Honestly, what do you feel it has cost you not having the business up and running that you want? Yeah, Crystal, hey, straight up, I think you wrote $5 billion, but $5 million, yeah, $10,000 a month. Somebody said stress and health. Yeah, talk about you can't even put a price point on that, right? If it's detrimental to your overall health because your overall stress levels are going through the roof because you don't know what to do, you're completely stuck, and you're overwhelmed with all of the different things coming your like that's there's no dollar amount that you can justify there. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Somebody said $20,000 a month. Relationships, everything. Somebody says more than $50,000. Guys, I want specific numbers. I appreciate that you guys are mentioning that this is affecting more than just your bank account, but let's get really, really specific. I want you guys to put down numbers here so that we get very clear on this. Again, I'm going to show you how to completely, this is going to save you hundreds of thousands. Right now, I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like. $10 million, somebody says. Millions. $850,000, somebody said, very specific. $5,000 a month minimum, at least $10,000, and a whole lot of wasted time. Well, here's the thing, and this goes back to the law number 1, law of intention, and really combining that with the law of investment, which is you're always investing your time, money, energy, effort, attention, your focus, or a combination of all of those things at any one given point in your business. So here's what I invite you to look at, and this is going to save you hundreds of thousands of dollars because every one of you just stated that it would. So I want you to look at the fact that the time is going to be spent anyways, right? The time is going to go by now, that no matter whether we want it to or not. So the next year of your life is going to go by no matter whether you want to invest that or not. The next year of your life is going to go by, and I think you can agree, I hope you agree, that the next year of your life is worth a lot more than some of the dollar amounts you guys are throwing down, $20,000, $30,000, $100,000. Your life is worth a lot more than that. The next year of your life is certainly worth a lot more than that. Well, that year is going to be spent, number 1. That year is going to be spent no matter whether you want it to or not. The money is also going to be spent no matter whether you want to or not. How many of you would agree that you're going to spend, if you are genuinely going to pursue this business? I'm not talking about the entrepreneurs on this webinar. I'm not talking about the entrepreneurs who the first thing they hear when they hear Fred talking about being able to change their life, the first thing that they talk about is what's the cost. I'm not talking about those people because those are entrepreneurs. Those are individuals that literally will trade their life and their dream to the lowest bidder. And that's not a real entrepreneur. That's somebody who is looking for the easy way out. And this is not about the easy way out. This is about being willing to truly sacrifice what is necessary, your heart, your soul, into the business that you love so that you can finally start achieving what you want. So I'm talking to the real entrepreneurs on this webinar right now because I'm going to save you hundreds of thousands of dollars right now, right here. But I'm going to talk to you because you are the one that can truly create what you want for yourself. You have the character and the necessary integrity to be able to achieve exactly what Fred has been talking about on this webinar. So I want to hear from you. All right, $25,000 a month, $50,000 a month. Man, thank you guys for sending in. Seriously, thank you for sending the clear numbers in, right? Wow, so exactly. JR said you could die tomorrow. Here's the thing. The money and the time is going to be invested anyways. How many of you would agree that you are going to invest at least $10,000 in the next year, at minimum $10,000 in the next year, to pursue your dream? How many of you would agree that you're going to invest, no matter what direction you go in, whether it's working with us, working with anyone in Learn or whoever? How many of you would agree, again, serious entrepreneurs here, serious individual business owners, people that are looking to build a serious business. You're looking to build a 6-figure business. How many of you would agree that you're going to invest not only the time in the next year, but you're going to invest at minimum $10,000 or more into your business? Yep, me, I will. I mean, seriously, you're just going to. And whether you do that by buying every course under the sun, or whether you do that by getting genuine mentorship, is certainly up to you, but that's going to happen. The money and the time will be spent and invested anyways. Here's what I'm going to invite you to focus on. I'm going to invite you to focus on investing with intention from now on. Investing in intention, meaning you take all the laws that Fred went through that can literally change your life. But here's the only way it's going to change your life, is if you put all of those 5 laws into an umbrella underneath the law of integrity. And here's what I mean by that. The integrity with yourself. I've seen a lot of you guys on this webinar saying, yes, I'm 100%, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm going to build a successful business, I'm all in. But are you really showing up on a daily basis in alignment with the results that you really want? I'm being serious here. A lot of you, almost every single one of you on at this point, again, a lot of the entrepreneurs, they've already left this webinar. I'm sure I've already offended them at this point. They're already gone. But you are here looking to build a serious business. So are you truly, and I want you to be honest, put a yes or a no, are you truly operating and thinking and taking action at a level in alignment with the results that you really want? Many of you talked about a 50 to 100 grand per month business. That's $1 million business. Are you truly operating at a level that speaks to and aligns with those level of results? I love what Brian said. No, not yet. That's a perfect answer. That's a perfect answer. And some of you that are answering yes, I would really love to know if you are making at minimum 100 grand a month right now. Minimum 100 grand a month. Because here's the thing, if your results are not there yet, then I'm inviting you to open yourself to the realization that you're not operating at the level that you really want. Because your results are a direct reflection of what you're committed to. And it's also, especially the monetary results that you're getting, are a direct reflection of what your level of awareness is right now. And if you're not earning tens of thousands a month, 50,000 a month, 100,000 a month, it's not because you can't. I'm not here to tell you you can or you can't. What I'm here to tell you is that if that's your goal and you're not there yet, it's simply because you're operating at a level that is not congruent with the results that you want. And in order to close that gap, we must first look at the integrity of you and your word to yourself, not to anybody else. Again, you can sit here on this webinar and tell me and Fred that you're going to show up every day, you're going to show up and you're going to follow through with everything that you say you're going to do, but you are the one that at the end of the day gets to fall asleep at night to whether or not you did. And at the end of the day, there's only going to be the results that are reflective of what you're committed to, or there's going to be the reasons why you didn't really do what was necessary to get the results you wanted, which inevitably leads to the regret of knowing that you didn't do it. And so I invite you to look at that. Again, it's not a good or bad. It's just going to lead to the results one way or the other that are either going to be in alignment with what you want or not. So the reason I ask that question is because we get to be honest, right, with ourselves. It's the only way that this is really going to allow you to be in alignment with the intention, the necessity, and the integrity that allows you to invest with intention, okay? And so here's how you can immediately make a shift that will save you hundreds of thousands of dollars, because many of you are basically mentioning this. Because if having a business up and running that really allows you to achieve what you want, many of you said, and when I asked you, what do you feel it has cost you in the last year, every month in the last year, what do you feel it's cost you? Almost every single one of you said at minimum $10,000 a month. That it has cost you not to have this business operating at the level that you really want. And I don't care if you're making 50 to 100 grand a month already. Who's to say that you couldn't be making an extra 100 grand or an extra $500,000 every month? Again, I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't do. You're here to be honest with yourself about what you're putting in and the results that you're getting. But if that's where you are and you know that it's costing you right now not to master these 5 things that Fred has shared with you and not to have the business up and running that you know aligns with the results that you want, well, here's the thing. I want you to just think of this. Let's say it's $10,000 extra a month that it's costing you. To be able to look at this honestly, here's what's happening. Here's the realization of what is going on. You are sitting there, and I want you to think about writing a check for $120,000 every single year right now by not having a business up and running at the level that you know you can. If that's the number, $10,000 a month, many of you is a lot more. Many of you is like 50 to 100 grand you're mentioning a month. But let's say it's $10,000 a month. That's it. That it's costing you every single month. That means that you're writing a $120,000 check every single year to the University of Not Knowing and staying stubborn because you want to be stuck trying to figure it out on your own. We've got to get honest here. Again, that year of your life costs a lot more than 120 grand, the check that you're writing to the University of Not Knowing. The next year of your life is worth a lot more than that. Would you agree to that? How many of you just had a breakthrough? I want you to type in wow if that was kind of a big realization moment for you. Go ahead and type in wow in the chat box if that kind of just, opened up a little bit of your mind right now. Seriously. That is what we've got to get honest with. The time is going to go by. The time is, Christopher says, wow, total breakthrough. Seriously. That's what you're investing by not truly being intentional with the daily practices and the daily commitment you have to really building the business you want. Again, everybody on the webinar at this point is a serious entrepreneur because every single one of you has stuck this out and has shared with me directly that your goal and your commitment by the end of this year is to build at minimum a 6-figure business. Every single one of you have mentioned that. There's not a person on this webinar right now that I've seen that has mentioned they want to make less than $10,000 a month. So every single one of you are committed, or at least you say so, to building at minimum 120 grand business every single year. Many of you can do that per month. But it comes down to your level of being willing to get honest with yourself, to be able and to honor the integrity of your word once you finally do get honest with yourself so that you say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm going to start following through. I'm going to start doing what's necessary. I'm going to start being willing to sacrifice what is necessary for me to achieve what I really want. Every single one of you have the ability to do that, and you have the ability to do that right now within the moment of that decision happening. I really want you to look at that because it's important. You got an opportunity here to go to learn.com/elite right now and put an application in to reach out to mentors that actually care enough to share this with you and actually see where you're at so that we can actually serve the goal that you have talked about, that you're committed to. I will work hard enough for 6 figures. There you go. Well, here's the thing. You don't have to have anything, right? You get to create what you want. Honestly, need to make more. Exactly. Well, here's the thing. You can make more, but you've got to step into being more. And that's something that you can do right now. That's something that you can do right now with one simple commitment to saying, you know what, enough is enough. I'm just going to do what's necessary. And if you're telling me right now that having 4 days of simply saying enough is enough, I'm going to spend 4 days, whether it's in person, whether it's virtual, but you're going to spend 4 days with mentors that actually have your back, and it's going to get your business up and running so that you can start focusing on what's really important, which is getting you to the level that you mentioned just a few minutes ago by the end of this year, and actually start making those first sales and start creating momentum towards your goal, then you now have the decision to make as to whether or not you're willing to be committed to that decision. Are you willing to do what's necessary in alignment with that commitment? And that's a decision you can make. Again, if this aligns with you, you have 2 options. You can either close the door on this opportunity and walk away from it, and that's your choice. Or you can open the opportunity and say, you know what? I'm going to make this happen. 2018 is my year. I'm going to take ownership over this year. It gets to be the best year of my life. It gets to be the year that I look back on. That was the year I made the decision to change everything. That can happen. That's your choice. So if that aligns with you, first of all, is everybody with me on that? Go ahead and type in a yes if you are absolutely in alignment with what I'm sharing with you right now. Absolutely in alignment. Yes. Okay, awesome. Yes. Yes. Promise Liz says, okay, awesome. Awesome. Very cool. Enough is enough. All right, Gavin, let's do this, man. Seriously, you guys have the power. You have the individual self-authorizing power to change everything right now. You have the ability to do that. And a path that allows you to open yourself to that realization is put in an application. Let's see where you're at. Get a part of, a deeper community of people, of mentors that actually care enough to see where you are, what you really want to create for the results in your life and your business, and are actually going to hold that standard to what you are going to follow through with every single day. Hold you to that higher calling. How many of you would like to have that level of mentorship where people are actually going to hold you to the fire of what you say you're committed to? How many of you would feel 100% aligned with that? Type in me. Awesome. Yeah, be pretty powerful, wouldn't it? So go to learn.com/elite right now. How many of you are on the application page right now? I want you to type in a 1 if you've already either put in the application or you're already on there right now. Go ahead and type in a 1. And if you're already on there, you can flip back over to the webinar here and put a 1 in the comments and then go back to the application. Awesome. Okay, cool. So I'm going to call some of you out and just congratulate you if that's okay. Do I have your permission to do that? I want to give you guys some celebrations here because we've got some people that have already applied, and I just want to give you guys an acknowledgement. JR, congratulations, man. We're looking forward to connecting with you and being able to get clear on your goals, what you're looking to achieve, and really being able to lay out a path that allows you to actually achieve that. Congratulations, man. Lucien, awesome. Already did it. Congratulations. Look forward to speaking with you. It looks like I feel like I'm going to butcher this name, but it's a beautiful name. Vivencio. That's awesome. Hey, I'm Italian too, so I can do that. Very cool. Congratulations, man. Very cool. We look forward to speaking with you. Awesome. We got 1s all over the place. All right. And JR already done. Michael, awesome. Very cool. Gavin, done. Awesome. Chris, already done. Good. Benny, already booked. Congratulations. All right. Ron, already applied. Awesome. Harold, good to go. Cool. Awesome. I want to acknowledge you guys for taking action on that. Again, here's the thing. I want you to take this realization in right here. Every single one of you, I assume, has gone to some level of schooling. So we've all had that fun experience of walking into the classroom and the teacher hands us a test, right? We've all had that little fun experiment. So I want you to picture this because this is where you are in your entrepreneurial journey right now. Every single one of you have gone through the overwhelm of all the information being thrown at you. Every single one of you have gone through that. You've probably experienced it all the way. Now, here's what you're experiencing right now. You know exactly what you don't want, don't you? You don't want another fly-by-night PDF on how to become a millionaire. You don't want another, BS thrown your way. You want real, you want authentic, you want genuine mentorship from people who are willing to stand by you to get things done. Is that safe to say? Type in a yes if that is safe to say. Yes? Are we in alignment there? Okay. Which means you know exactly what you don't want. And here's what that comes out to. You walk into the classroom and you're the only student there taking this test. You walk into the classroom, the teacher hands you a 1-page test of life right now. And right now you write your name on the top, and there's one question on that test. It's multiple choice. There's 2 answers, and you already know that one answer is absolutely wrong. That's the scenario you find yourself right now in your entrepreneurial journey. The only way to fail this test is by putting your pencil down, standing up, and walking out of the room without ever taking the test, without ever writing your name down, without ever looking at what's possible. That's the only way to fail this. So you've got an opportunity to really align the action you take with the results that you're claiming to really want right now. A lot of you, again, I acknowledge you for what you've been, you've been able to really hold as your standard on this webinar. You've mentioned it, you've talked about it, you've put it out there, you've claimed it. Well, are we going to start moving towards it? Are we going to start taking action that allows you to get around the right people, the right mentors, the right environment, where what you've seen, and I think we're actually going to have some students here come on and share with you the results that they've gotten. You're going to hear from individuals that have been a part of this process 4 days, then they're here, and they go through this and have their entire business up and running and actually making sales. If that aligns with you, what I want to know from you right now is, I want you to picture this, and I want you to really think about this. And even those of you that have applied, again, congratulations, but I want you to really visualize this. I want you to think of a year from now. So let's say it's February of 2019. 1 year from now. And 1 year from now, I want you to picture your results after actually having your entire business up and running. Actually having mentorship that walks you through getting your entire business up and running. You make your first sale. You have the breakthroughs. You finally have a tangible business up and running. What do you think that your results are going to look like a year from now? Go ahead and type in the chat box and give me some tangible, measurable results. I want to see numbers. What do you feel that's going to add to your monthly income in 1 year from now? By actually having the level of mentorship that gets an entire business up and running and allows you to finally break through with this business online. Where do you see your results in 1 year from now? Go ahead and type it in the chat box, the number. $100,000 per month, awesome. $500,000 a year, 130K, $40,000, $40,000. There you go. So guys, yeah, keep typing it in. I want to see numbers. $10,000 a month. Awesome, guys. $100,000 a month, $20,000, $40,000, $200,000, $100,000. Guys, these are results. You now have the choice to align the action necessary to move towards these results. That's the only thing that matters. So put an application in. Let's see where you're at with things now. Let's connect with you and see where you want to go, what you want to achieve. Many of you have already claimed and stated that on the webinar right now. We're going to get even more clear with you. And let's put a game plan together that helps you win. So, Fred, I don't know if we have do we have some students coming on that are going to share their story? Guys, do you want to hear, who wants to hear from students that actually have proven results from this system? Go ahead and type in a yes. Fred, are we bringing those guys on?
Yep, I got Jedi and Ryan with us on the call.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's awesome. Oh yeah, we got a ton of yeses. Okay, guys, you're going to hear from people who have went through this process, who have experienced it, who have seen the transformations happen, and who have seen people making sales within a matter of days. It's pretty amazing. It's really incredible. So, guys, who we got first? Is Jedi, you coming on? Who we got first?
Are on mute for some reason.
Oh man, we got these guys on mute. How many?
I got Ryan.
Yo.
Hey,
What's going on?
come on board, man. So yeah, we would love to hear from you. Share with everybody here just the experience on your end and just the transformation, the breakthroughs that you've experienced through this process.
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, I started Zero Up the course about a year ago. And when I first started, barely had any money in my bank account first off. I jumped in. I thought I could do it, and I did. My first store, I scaled up to about $40,000 a month, and right about then, Fred's event came on. So went to the event, learned a lot. I was a student at the event, and me and Fred made a little funny bet there where if I could do 100K within, I think it was 5 months until December 31st, he would fly me back out to the next event. And so we actually just got done at that last event, and I helped teach students there, and everyone had big breakthroughs there. I mean, everyone was getting sales. Even from the first day, I'm just setting up their Facebook ads, which was awesome. And yeah, it's been great ever since. And I mean, e-com is literally the way to go.
Awesome. So Ryan, when you were obviously
Yeah.
you were definitely the person I was seeing you grow through the journey and making your $100,000. How
Yeah.
that first sale? How did when you actually say that I can do it and got that first sale? How was it like?
Yeah, that was an experience. It was funny because December 2016, I set up my store for about 2 or 3 weeks, and I launched it. I remember I came home on New Year's Day. I came home at like midnight, and I launched my store. And I actually got my first sale January 2nd, 2017. It was $53, and I was like, wait a second. I like refreshed it. I was like, is this real? And ever since then, it was addicting. I became obsessed with it, and that's where it all took off. So yeah, it was an amazing feeling getting that first sale, 100%.
Awesome. So the partnership that you came on previously during our events, did that lead you to like a massive breakthrough that really helped you achieve that $100,000 in just like that 5-month period?
Yeah, I agree, because having that one-on-one support, and then like everyone's pushing you and everyone's just in that community, it's priceless. I mean, that definitely was my motivation to get that 100K. I don't think, if I didn't go to that event, I don't think I would have hit 100K. And I'm being straight up, just because you're comfortable where you're at. Usually I was doing all right in sales. I was comfortable, right? My last store was doing 40K a month. I was like, I got to grow. And so you go to the event, and that's when, I hit the numbers that I did.
Awesome. And I know that you actually cashed out $20 or $25,000 by just flipping one of your store.
Yeah, my first store is actually 22,000. I just cashed out. I kind of like to do that, just follow some trends, and then just cash out every once in a while on the stores when I just want to move on.
And obviously after that
store.
4 days, now you can literally just replicate and keep coming with more stores and just multiply your revenue.
That's the issue. Honestly, my problem now, I'm just like, there's so much opportunity. I see so many niches where I'm like, I need a team. I just need a team because I want to hit every type of demographic out there, every niche, and just scale up, an e-commerce empire.
Awesome. Jeremy, any questions you want to ask Ryan? I know that you met him at the first event that we actually had.
Yeah, I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, to see the growth and to see the progress. I mean, I would love to know what was that turning point where you realized, like, the light bulb went off and it's like, oh my gosh, this can happen. I can do this.
So definitely when I had my first 40K month, I was like, I'm on to something for sure. Right. Yeah. That was definitely one of the biggest turning points. And then second, just when I went to that first event with Fred and just like seeing, like your numbers and what you're doing. And I was like, this is so real and so, easy to do if you put in the work and you really understand, the whole back end, how everything works and runs.
Yep.
And that was definitely my biggest breakthrough, I think, right there, besides just hitting those numbers and seeing it actually be real and tangible.
Yeah. What advice would you give? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people on still. And guys, if you have not, what I want to know from you guys listening, if you have not put an application in yet, go ahead and just type in a 1. Again, I'm not going to call you out, but I just want to know, because I want to be able to support you. I want to get you the answers that you're looking for right now that can support you with being able to dive in on this. Obviously, you're here, you align with what's being shared with you, and I want to get you the answers that allow you to be able to feel confident that this is something that truly speaks to you and will help you get the results you want. So what would you say is the advice you would give to somebody that is maybe, kind of either on the fence or just has a little bit of fear of like, oh my gosh, can I really do this? And what would you share with them now where you are having the breakthroughs, having gone through that yourself? What would you go back and maybe even share with yourself when you were in that position?
Yeah, 'cause I was 100% in that position. I think I had like $2,000 in my pocket when I first joined Zero Up, and obviously it cost to get in, and then we had ads and everything. But I risked it because I understood my long-term goals first off, and the money that I wanted to make, and these both went hand in hand with that, with running these online businesses, which enables me now to like travel everywhere because literally all I need is my computer. And so I would tell students out there to like really understand what they want first off, and honestly just hop right in. If you're feeling scared, that's probably a good thing. You know, a lot of times in life you're gonna feel scared, and usually that's some of the best times to actually jump in and take the risk. And that's exactly what I did, and it paid off 100%. The ROI was, I don't even know the percentage, but it's definitely there.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's powerful, man. That's very powerful. Thanks for coming on and sharing, man. I really appreciate it. Guys, let's give him a big virtual round of applause. Give him a thank you, guys. Give him a thank you in the chat box. Thanks, man.
I appreciate it because I was once all in their shoes, and I know how it feels, and anything to help out and, you know, get everyone motivated for sure is key.
It's great to actually hear from real people like who have actually gone through this. And I mean, we've all been in that position where it's like we were that person listening on the webinar to someone who had been there where we were. Every single one of us have been in that position. And so it's kind of the ability. Yeah, the ability to pay that
to be here for sure.
Yeah. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for being willing to pay that forward and to be able to hopefully, you know, somebody listening here that is in that position gives them the breakthrough to know that, hey, there's people out there that actually care enough to say, hey, this can happen. You can do this. And you know what? We believe in you. Some people, they've never even heard those words come out of somebody else's mouth, let alone actually say it themselves. And you know, some people just need to hear that. And some people need to know that, hey, it's possible, especially when you have, you know, mentors. And I'm not talking about, you know, of course, there's a bunch of just, you know, gurus out there that are going to tell you and a bunch of fluff. I'm talking about serious mentors that are actually willing to come on and say, you know what, we've been there. And here's the other hundreds of people that have been there and that have gone through this and have broken through. And that's why we wanted to bring these guys on. We wanted to bring students on that have gone through this. So thank you for sharing, man.
100%, yeah. And I agree with what you said there on that too. There's a lot of mentors out there teaching everything. And I 100% am like with Fred and everything that he's built, it's all so real. And I just want to let all the students out there know that. And I'm real, like everything we've done is, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. Thanks, guys. So who do we got next, Fred? Who we got next on? I know we got a few people coming on.
Awesome. Thanks, Ryan. We have Jedi around, but I think he is on mute, so he's not back yet. So we're just going to wait for him. So to speak about Ryan, we actually have a new his next breakthrough is actually going after $1 million right now. And through the things that I've actually taught him through the 4 days, he is definitely empowered to do so right now. And one thing that I really want to share with every single one of you right here is that after the 4 days, you need to understand that you are, again, investing in yourself. And most importantly, having me and my team as your partner, you are now going to be accountable to actually really turn this into a reality, whatever your intentions are going to be. And the power is the following as well. Once you really went through that 4 days, that life transformation event that we have, you are literally going to able to see that generating $1 million a year is possible because you can replicate exactly what you are going to learn to that. I actually had one of our students called Scott Contable, and he was trying to crack the space since 2009. He wasn't able to actually generate his first sale, and in just 2 days with us, he generated his first sale and started to actually generate a total of 8 or 9 sales by the day 3 or day 4. And I asked him, it's like, why are you doing this? And he is actually pretty well off. He has his mortgage paid off. He has all his cars paid off. And he said he's wanted to do this to share with his kids and to show them how to do it. And I flat out asked him, well, now after you've gone through this life-changing event, are you able to teach your kids exactly what to do? And then without a shadow of doubt and in a heartbeat, he said, yes, I know exactly what to do, because that's what we do. we make sure we push you. We actually give you, you're like completely downloading all the knowledge that I have into your mind, into your brain. So you exactly know how to create multiple businesses, not just one, but using the same blueprints, the same strategies to actually do this. And again, this is a very rare opportunity, and I would actually encourage you guys to fill the application. It is absolutely free. All you got to do is just go to learn.com/elite. That's all you got to do. Go to learn.com/elite and apply right now. So out of curiosity, we have a lot of people still here. And I just put in a 2 into the comment box if you are on the fence right now. If you're still thinking about it, you're in the URL, or it's just that something that is really just going through your brain. Something that, you want to know if this is right for you. All right?
Hey, Fred, while you're looking at that real quick, because I see a couple people mentioned that they tried putting an app in and it didn't go through. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Apps are coming in, but we got a lot of people putting in apps in. So be persistent. If it didn't go through the first time, just go ahead and put it through again. It's all good. I know a few people had mentioned that they did that and it went through. So you guys are all good. Be persistent with it. The second time around, it will most likely go through. It's just kind of, coming through with everything else. So we got a ton of people applying. We don't have a lot of spots left, and it will literally shut down once everything is closed there. So just be persistent with it. If you put an app in and it doesn't go through, put another one in and you'll be fine.
All right. So we have Jedi here now. Jedi, are you here?
Yeah, man. How's it going?
How's it going? All right. So, Jeremy, you want to fire questions at Jedi? He is absolutely one of the most, the person that I think is definitely, I see a drastic change in him. He used to actually knock on doors to make a living, and he had a lot of breakthroughs ever since that he actually started learning from me and all those other stuff. So, Jeremy, you want to fire some questions at Jedi?
Yeah, I think probably one of the best questions for Jedi, because guys, I mean, Jedi's been there, done that. I mean, Jedi has been, he knows the industry of, just online entrepreneurship, and probably one of the best questions for you, Jedi, that I think people would be really interested to hear is what makes something like this, where it's hands-on, you got mentors there with you, and really getting in the trenches and building a business with you right there. What is unique about the, Zero Up Elite workshop and just this experience?
Yeah, appreciate that. Thanks, guys. I would say it's kind of like when I do Kung Fu. So I've been doing Chinese Kung Fu for 8 years. And there's a real big difference between somebody just pointing across the room and telling you to change something and the instructor standing right in front of you and telling you exactly how to move. Because if you don't move exactly correctly, you may start to hurt your knees because you're not moving correctly, or another part of your body. And I would imagine that that's very much the same as your business. If you don't have somebody standing there telling you exactly what to do, you may be taking some steps in the wrong direction because you don't know that it could potentially be hurting you. So.
No, it's huge. That's a really big step. I mean, so for you, what was kind of the biggest breakthrough that you've seen at this workshop, whether it's with other students, whether it's a breakthrough that you've had? What's kind of been the biggest things that you've seen with people here?
I would suppose that the biggest thing that I would see is a switch in people's minds that goes from not knowing exactly what they should be doing on a daily basis to knowing the exact step-by-step equation that one should be applying in their e-commerce business. So,
yeah, no, that's awesome. And again, I just want to, make some acknowledgments of some people that have already put an application in. Crystal, congratulations. We got some other ones, Matt, James, Mindy, Wendy, good, congratulations. Robble, awesome. Let's see. Very cool. So guys, continue putting the application in. If you're on there, you can listen. We want to make sure that you're getting some really good feedback from students, from people who have gone through this. So as you're filling out the application, you can listen to these guys. There's some powerful stuff coming from the testimonials and the experiences of these guys. So Jedi, for you, I think it's, probably the same question I asked Ryan, which was, when you were going through originally trying to make your first dollar online, if you knew that there was an opportunity to be able to get this level of mentorship, what do you go back and tell yourself at that moment?
So you mean if I was in a position where I needed some assistance, what would I go back and tell myself? Because I kind of landed in the fortunate position where I got help from Fred. So I don't have to go back in time and change anything. And at that time, my store had done about $65,000 in sales. And after getting some direct help from Fred, with the first item that we really had going on, jumped up to $295,000 in sales. So I was in the fortunate position for it to actually happen to me. So let's just assume that I didn't get that help. I could easily tell you that the things that Fred has showed me and the things that I've watched Fred show other people have taken their businesses to the next level. Some people taking their businesses from a complete dead stop to moving in the right direction. So, what's the actual price of that? I would venture to say myself, it's actually priceless, because without a mentor to show you exactly what you need to be doing, and not only that, but show you that it's actually working for them as well, I would just call that priceless myself. But
yeah, I mean, bottom line is, how many of you on right now would it mean the world for you to be able to not just have the level of results that Jedi has, but even just half of what Jedi's been able to accomplish? I mean, how many of you would really make 2018 a pretty successful year if you were able to do that? Go to type in a 1 in the chat box if that would make your year. Val says, me. Vincia 1. Evan, awesome. Val, yes. Michael, absolutely. So guys, again, if you have not put an application in yet, if you have not put an application into learn.com/elite, go ahead and type in a 2 in the chat box if you have not done so. Again, I'm not going to call you out, but I just want to know exactly how many of you are there left so that we can really make sure that we're speaking to anything that you need to make sure that we get the right people coming in for these applications. So, got it. Got it. Okay, cool. So, Jed, I mean, what would you say is the biggest thing that you would want to share with people that have maybe not applied yet? So they're obviously, they're interested, they're here, they're listening, they're obviously want to build a business. Everybody still on the webinar right now is looking to build at least a $10,000 plus business. What do you speak to entrepreneurs like that know what they want, but they have a little bit of tension to take action on what's necessary to get them there?
I would say to those individuals that the reason they're probably sitting in the position they are is because they, up to this point, have also been unwilling to take certain actions in their life. And usually when that happens, you sit stagnant, because sitting in an undecisive space is one of the reasons I would say that I was kind of holding myself back for a really long time. And ever since deciding to move past that decision of, it's going to cost a little bit of money, or it's just kind of like your ads, right? Like, a lot of people are afraid to invest into their ads. I know that when I was doing my calls before, I had quite a few individuals that were like, yeah, I've spent so much money on this already. I don't really understand why I'm not successful. And then I would say, okay, well, how much money have you spent on your ads so far? And the answer would be maybe $100 or maybe a couple $100. And I'm like, oh, well, basically you haven't even gotten your toes wet yet. So just understanding that simply choosing to be all in your business, because if you're just treating it like a hobby, you're probably going to get results like a hobby, you know?
Well, exactly. And I think that's one of the most important lessons that any entrepreneur at any stage of their business is really important to understand, is that you must always approach this like a business. It's not a hobby. It's not something that you can just kind of look at every once in a while. You know, there's a reason that the people that win as entrepreneurs are the most dedicated, committed, and truly the most resourceful individuals that you probably will ever meet, is because they're willing to not tolerate anything less than what they're committed to. So that's such a great point, Jedi. What somebody was asking a question, and I think, you know, obviously you or Fred can speak to this. Rachel, great question. So she asked, is this different than Shopify, or can this method be in conjunction with Shopify?
This is basically a great question to be asked. This is basically in conjunction with Shopify. So things that you guys are going to learn, we are going to be using Shopify as the platform, because that's the easiest for you guys to actually start raking in. And obviously, you would still need to use our technology zero up to help you actually achieve things at a much faster time frame and really cut the time by like in a drastic route with our technology.
Awesome. Good. Rachel, I hope that answers your question. I hope you're still on. And it looks like, let's see if we got some other questions. Again, if you guys have not put an application in yet, go ahead and share a question. We'll go ahead and answer that. Make sure that you guys are taken care of. Again, we want to make sure that the right people are applying for this. And if you have not done that, go to learn.com/elite. You'll see right there, there's a very straightforward application. You can schedule a time with us. We're going to communicate with you. If we see that your application, everything aligns, then what we're going to do is reach out to you and make sure that we know exactly where you want to go, what your goals are, what you're looking to achieve. And we're going to put together a game plan. Let's get clear on what's going to be necessary for you to achieve that, right? That's the only thing that matters. If you have a goal for the end of 2018 and moving forward, the only thing that matters is a game plan, a tangible game plan that allows you to take action towards that goal. So let's get clear on that. Jedi, anything else that you want to share, my friend, in terms of, you know, the power behind mentorship at this level, being able to take tangible action and get a real business up and running? Anything else that you wanted to share?
Yeah, man. So I am also at the workshops as well. And so I get to directly see the transformations that happen with people. And I'd like to just point out an individual. I'm not sure if he'd like me to directly point the name out or not, but there was an individual at our last workshop that when I made the phone call, I didn't realize this, but he had only had $20 in his pocket when I called him to see if this would be a good fit for him. And mind you, at the same time, it was a week and a half before the event as well. And the gentleman was from Kenya, Africa, and he didn't have the conventional means to move forward with even coming out to the event. And let alone, he wasn't making any sales with his store really, and he was feeling kind of lost. So he decided at that moment, sometimes you just make a decision that changes your life, right? And that's what happened for this gentleman. And he made a decision that he was going to come to this event. And me and Joanna, who is somebody that works with Fred as well, she told me, she's like, there's no way he's coming out. There's no way that he's going to get his visa approved. There's no way whatsoever. And I said, well, just send over the information. Let's see what happens. And she sends the information over, and in a week and a half, he was able to put together the entire trip. And he was actually one of the students that actually excelled pretty well at our event. And so if somebody who has no idea how to do this and is living halfway across the planet could just make a decision and put some faith in the person who is getting the correct results, can go from $20 in their pocket to being able to fly across the planet and come do this with us and be successful with it. What could happen for you? And, we always need to put the disclaimer out there, we're not guaranteeing that result is going to happen for you, because we have no idea what work you're going to do for yourself, right? But just imagine what can happen when you decide to be all in your business and take it seriously.
Yeah. That's a powerful shift in the way that you approach that. I mean, that's really meaningful when you actually get down to it. So that's awesome, man. Really appreciate you guys. Guys, everybody on, we got a few hundred people still on. I want to acknowledge you for being here. There's obviously a reason you're still on this webinar. I want to know what that reason is. Go ahead and share, even if it's just a couple of words. What is the reason you're still on this webinar? I want to know so that we can serve you and support the goal that you have of being here right now. It's obviously not to just have a good conversation. It's obviously to get specific results in your business. What is that? Why are you still on? Why are you still here? And let's get clear and down to the details and nitty gritty of how we can best serve you. So, can a person age 62 plus like me benefit by this mentoring and get going? Fred, I think that's a great question for you to answer.
For me, yes. So we actually, Jedi, do you remember how old Butch was?
Yeah, man, I think he was 62.
And I remember he crushed it at our workshop.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you can share a little bit about it because you were actually with him the entire time.
Yeah, it was interesting because Butch was an elder gentleman, and I remember sitting down before we started that previous event, and you guys said, so I'm not exactly sure how this individual will do, and I feel they would be best paired with you. And so he was at my table, and come to find out, he was actually one of the persons that excelled beyond most of the room, and he did it silently, kind of like you remember the other gentleman that just did it at the event, Fred. He just out of the blue, he's just crushing silently, and he wasn't even celebrating his sales. And I don't think the age matters at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Here's the thing. What I've recognized is that age, your background of any sort whatsoever, none of that matters compared to your willingness to grow and progress and actually do the work, whatever that is. That could be in a relationship, that could be in your health, that could be in anything in life, but it's even more prevalent with this business in particular because it's really just following directions, especially with having mentors like Fred and the people here. It's literally just following directions and following a proven system that's pretty foolproof. You follow the steps and you follow the system, you trust the process, and it's really just being willing to sacrifice the time that you sit around thinking about it and actually taking action on what's necessary. So I've seen everything from, very young individuals to, heck, I've seen an 87-year-old woman do a very similar training like this and have success. So, you're 62, you got a lot of life left in you, my friend. There's a lot of life left in you. And I hopefully that this is a new chapter in your life where you're excited for the next coming decades of what you have left to be able to share with this world in your lifetime. So there's a lot of opportunity there for you, definitely. And you can definitely do this. You can definitely make it happen if you're willing to truly put in the work. So that's awesome that you're here, that you're obviously committed to building a business online. That's great. So we got a couple of other questions. One, let's see. Samama, I think that's how you say your name. I don't want to butcher your name. Samama was asking, is this workshop virtual or does one need to be there in person? There's both options. So when you put in your application, learn.com/elite, you put in your application again, you got people on the other end here that actually care enough to want to know where you are, what you are able to move forward with, and what's best for you. And if it's best for you to do it virtually, we have that option. If it's best for you to be here in person, and that is something that you're willing and committed to doing, then you're going to be able to be here with us in person for 4 days, and we get the entire business up and running, and you're around mentors to help walk you through this. So yes, those opportunities are available. What best fits you. So let's see, who else we got? Oh, Evan says, I want to prove people wrong, and I can do it. I can do it. Yes, you can. That's awesome. Let's see. Just going to see if there was any other questions that we can ask. I guess, yeah, guys. Oh, here somebody said, I'm 63 years old. Ricardo, all right. There you go. See, guys, we got everybody. Everybody that's left on this webinar at this point has the willingness to be here for a reason. Now it's just, do you have the willingness to do what's necessary to align the action with the reason that you're here, the reason why you're trying to build this business, why you want to have success online. And that's it, right? So if that aligns with you, then go ahead and put an application in. Let's do this. Exactly, Raquel. Raquel, I love you. You're awesome. Raquel says 60 is not old. Exactly. You got a lot of life left in you. Exactly. So anybody else? Who else has not put an application? Again, we still got a few hundred people on. Anybody else not put an application in yet? Put in a 2 in the chat box. And I would love to speak directly with you. See what we got here. Anything else that you guys want to share, Jedi? Anything else that you wanted to share specifically while I'm looking through this that you wanted to share related to the mentorship, related to really what people experience here? Anything else that you wanted to share?
Well, I'll just say that back in 2013, when I really tried to start being successful in online or offline business, it didn't really start clicking, and nothing really took off for me until I finally got somebody, just a mentor position filled for me to actually start getting some headway. And it's kind of like taking shortcuts. If you follow the book or the program or anything like that, yeah, you could easily see success from some of these things. But I just keep going back to Kung Fu because if you have somebody standing right there, they're going to see things that you're doing that you don't even know that you're doing that need to be corrected. And it's very much similar to the workshops that we do. Yep. Because with all of us in the room right there saying, hey, that's actually something that you shouldn't be doing. This is something that you should be doing. A lot of people don't move forward in their business because they don't understand exactly what to do. And when you're inside of the room, you really gain the confidence because you have either myself or one of the other coaches standing right there telling you that, yes, you did do something correctly, or no, you did not do something correctly, which ultimately saves you not only money, but the most valuable currency, which is our time.
No, that is the most valuable currency. And again, that's a currency that's inevitably invested no matter whether we want it to or not. And I actually, so we had somebody ask a question here, and I wanted to address it because his name is Chris Cross. That's who wrote this name. That's the asker who wrote it. And, is there another opportunity in the future, or is that it? Well, here's what I'm going to invite you to do, Chris Cross. I'm going to invite you to jump. And so anybody, I'm going to invite you to jump, my friend. Just jump. All right, Chris Cross, you can do this, man. This is it. Just put an application in. Let's see where you're at. And if this opportunity is available and something that you're able and willing to do, awesome. Let's make sure that you have a path forward that actually serves the goals you have. But Chris Cross, you got to jump, man. Come on.
I like it, dude. Yeah,
I had to go there. So we got some other 2s. Okay, guys, if we got Deborah, Pauline, Mariah. it looks like. Guys, if you have not put an application in, let us know why. If you have a question about it, again, you're obviously here for a reason. What is that reason? Go ahead and type in the chat box. What is the reason that you're still on this webinar? Go ahead and type it in. Again, if it's 1 or 2 words, go ahead and type it in right now. What is the reason that you're still on this webinar if you have not filled in an application yet? Again, we would love to speak to it, be able to support you, serve you in some way, even if it gives you some value, being able to walk off of this and being able to support you so that you can start really moving towards what you want. Okay, so go ahead and type it in there right now. Pauline, what was the question? Go ahead and retype it in. We're getting a ton of questions in, Pauline, so go ahead and type it in right now. Pauline says he asked a question and we didn't get to it, so go ahead and type it in right now, Pauline. Type in your question and let's get to that.
Yeah, sometimes they float on by and it's not easy to see them.
Yeah, it goes by really quick. We got a ton of people still on, so I want to make sure, ask it right now so that we can see it there. Ricardo, yeah, try later. No worries, man. If you guys, are putting, some of you put the application in and it didn't, there was an issue with it, go ahead and try it again. It's all good. There's a few people that ended up having to do that and it ended up going through. So, Pauline, the Onyx program is focused on email marketing. This is all about e-com. And Fred, if you want to speak a little bit more to that, you can. Obviously, you're going to be able to articulate it probably better than I can. She's asking the difference between, for example, something like Inbox.
Awesome. So Inbox Blueprint is basically building revolving around email and digital publishing. And for us, it's, again, like Jeremy said, it's all about simply e-commerce, selling physical product online. So it's pretty diverse kind of business. But in the 4th day, when it comes to scaling in our event, we actually introduced the marriage of both. So both can actually create a marriage, and that is even where you move your business to the next level. So again, that's the main difference. Onyx Inbox Blueprint is all with email, digital marketing. Ours is more of e-commerce, selling physical products. Yep,
awesome. Nelson, no worries, man. You said you're in Malaysia. Yeah, we have a lot of international students. Again, we have people on this webinar from all over the world. So Nelson, we have the opportunity to do this virtually. Again, we're here to serve you guys. We're here to make sure that you are on the right path to being able to actually experience tangible results, moving forward and progressing with actual momentum in a business, a real tangible business. And so whatever that looks like, if that's you being here in person so that we can work hands-on with you, awesome, let's make that happen. If that's you going through the virtual experience so we can get the business up and running because you're international or whatever it might be, then let's figure that out. Let's figure that out together, and let's get clear on the answers that can help you progress and move forward. So Nelson, go ahead and put an application in, man, and let's see exactly where you're at with things and what might work best for you there. Pauline, you're very welcome. Yep, thanks for asking that. Good stuff. Go ahead and learn.com/elite, guys. It's right on the screen there. Learn.com/elite. You'll see an application come up, or you'll actually, what you'll see is the times. So pick your time zone. That is for our team to be able to reach out and connect and make sure everything is in alignment, and put it in the application information so that we know where you're at, so we can support you with the goals you have and get clear on the direction that helps you guys. Fred, did we have anybody else on after Jedi there? Did we have any other students that stayed on?
I messaged one of the students. Don't know where he is yet, so I do have another student that should be on, and I'm just waiting for him to text back right now.
Okay, cool. One person was asking, is it necessary to focus on a product?
No, what we show and what we teach is basically you want to be de-attached to a product. But once you found a product that really works out, then at that point, that's where you can actually scale it to 6 figures. Like, I have to tell you, you just need one product. And once you're able to find that, and we're going to walk you through the process on how to find that, and once you found it, you can easily build a 6-figure business, or if not, even a 7-figure business with that just one product right out the gate.
Yep. No, awesome. And we have somebody, Deborah, I want to speak to this. Thanks for coming on. I know you're a little bit late with it, but I acknowledge you for, sharing your voice here. She says, just listening, trying to catch up. She was a little bit late. I guess she was struggling to get on because there was too many people on. So she said, please explain exactly what you'll do for your clients. Good question. How would you articulate that, Fred?
Well, at the end of the day, what we do is we basically have all our, not our clients, I call it basically my partners, to go through a life transformation event on the mind and really using the vehicle, which is e-commerce, to turn their bigger purpose into reality. And the monetary rewards will actually come along with that. And once you know the vehicle and once you know the process, that's when you can really drive your business forward. So that's what we do.
That's awesome. And I think that all of you have kind of taken notice that the level of communication and the way that we are speaking to you throughout this entire presentation has been a little different than probably what you're used to. How many of you would agree to that? Type in a yes in the chat box if you would agree that the way we are communicating with you is a heck of a lot different than a lot of the other things that you see out there. Yes? Yeah. Deborah even mentioned yes, absolutely. So here's why. It goes to what Fred just mentioned there, which is really important. Like, we don't see you guys as clients. We see you guys as partners. We see you guys as a part of this greater family of entrepreneurs. And learn our mission, our purpose is being a transformational home for entrepreneurs, which means you have a home here. You have a home and a safe space to be around people that actually care enough to tell you it like it is, to show up for you and take a stand when it's necessary for you to really follow through with what you say you're committed to be able to achieve what you want. And if that takes, hey, telling you straight up the way it is, or if that takes being able to serve and support you guys and walk you through a process that best serves your goals and your dreams, that's what we're going to do. And if we got to kick your butt a little bit along the way to make sure that you're showing up and following through, then that's what we'll do too. If it makes you better as an entrepreneur and it helps you thrive and it helps you get to your goals, then that's what we're here to support you with. And so if that's in alignment with the level of mentorship and the level of just genuine support that you're looking to have from a community, from other, mentors here, from other students here that have gone through this, then if that aligns with you, put the application in and let's see where you're at and let's see how we can get you involved with this and get your business going. So yeah, learn.com/apply, or I'm sorry, /elite, learn.com/elite. All right, you can go there right now. You can see exactly what's there in terms of the application, in terms of the times that are available. Make sure that you put in a time for your time zone. It'll give you the option for your time zone there. So learn.com/elite, and you'll have the opportunity to get involved with, being able to get your business going, being able to get some momentum moving forward for you. So the application, again, there's no cost to that. There's no, just putting in the application, we'll see where you're at. If you end up aligning with the options that we have to be able to dive into a deeper mentorship, then awesome. Let's get clear on the investments that would allow you to be a part of that. Let's get clear on what's necessary with regards to the investments of your time, your capital, your energy, your attention, your focus. That's truly necessary for you to win with this business and as an entrepreneur. But that's what we're here for. But great question, Deborah. Really appreciate that and really appreciate you speaking up. Even though you're coming in a little bit late, all good. We are here for you. Sammy says, all complete. Congratulations. Looking forward to connecting with you. Very cool. Victorine, awesome. Victorine Happy. I love that that's your last name. I hope that's your last name because that's badass. Victorine Happy is the name, and she says way different. Yeah, we really appreciate that. That means a lot. This is different. This is a lot different, right? So Pauline says there's no times available. We will open up times. No worries, Pauline. We'll get you taken care of, all right? We'll get you taken care of. And make sure that there's some time slots available. Again, we've got a lot of people putting in applications right now. All right? Guys, do you have anything else? Fred, did you want to share anything else? Do we have anybody else coming on, or did you want to share anything else before we kind of wrap it up here? If there's anybody else that has any questions, please put it in the chat box now.
No, I don't really have anything else other than one of the most important things that I want you guys to actually take away from this is reflect back what I shared with you guys today about the 3 major problems that I have really discovered through my life and the 5 laws that really helped me to succeed. Now, you may not grasp onto this right away, and you may not basically have that fully synced in into your mind right away and really feel the power behind this. And I would really encourage and to simply challenge you to apply these in your life. And listen, one thing that I can do and my team and I can do is to walk you through how to actually turn these all 5 laws into success. And also, most importantly, giving you and handing you the vehicle to make it all happen. We've done this several times already, and we have an amazing results with all our partnership that we have. And again, we are coming in as a partner. You are literally going to be held accountable by my team and I to make these stuff happen with you. We're going to push you. We're going to actually turn you into another person that you never thought or imagined you have. And this opportunity doesn't always come. And when opportunity comes, just go and actually take action and don't even think about it, because if you hesitate about it, then you're not going to burn your boats and have 110% intention and effort right into your business. So I really ask of you guys right now, there's still several hundreds of you right now, and I don't know why you're here. Maybe you love listening to Jeremy and I, but I would seriously challenge you and encourage you to go to the URL if you have not filled out the application, to go to learn.com/elite. And I would tell you that you will definitely will not experience anything else that you're about to experience, but you got to take that first step, which is going to that URL and to apply right now. All right, just go to the URL. It doesn't cost you a penny. Just go there, fill it out, schedule a call, see if you qualify, and see if you are in the right mindset or if you're right in the right zone to actually turn it into reality, right? 100K is just a number. And we have Brian that did that already just through the last several months. We have other students like Connor who have generated over 7 figures by doing all these. Jedi generating close to $300,000. All these are real case studies, and we're not making these up. And if you want to learn exactly how to do it step by step and know and acknowledge it and share with other people and maybe share with your kids and all those other stuff, you've got to be the first to take that action, to go to that URL and simply fill out that application and making sure you make yourself available to be there.
And we did open up times. I just wanted to let everybody know real quick, Fred. We did open up times. So guys, if you go back there, you refresh the page. If you go to learn.com/elite, refresh the page, and there are open time slots. We've opened the time slots for you guys. We know that you've stuck this out and you're committed to applying. So we want to honor that. I honor you guys for being on, for staying on with us. And again, you're here for a reason. And if that reason is to grow a business and to truly step into entrepreneurship, you know, Fred mentioned it, that the weight that you're feeling on your shoulder is all in the decision. Once you make a decision, the weight comes off and you can start aligning what is necessary to succeed with that decision. And again, even if that decision is to do nothing, just give yourself the gift of saying, I've given up on my dream and I'm just going to go the other direction. That's fine, but make a decision, because all the weight is going to be holding that decision on your back. So put an application in. Let's see where you're at. Let's see how we can serve you, and let's see what progress we can make and the options that are available. And, you know, it's inevitably going to be coming down to what aligns with your goals. And if it does align with you, let's move forward in a direction that best serves you. So learn.com/elite, refresh the page, and you will have open time slots. Okay? I wanted to make sure you guys knew that.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeremy. And also, guys, when you're at the URL, okay, www.learn.com/elite, you will see multiple testimonial videos on how life-changing how they have gone through such a life-changing event. It is nothing that you've ever seen before. Trust me on that. If you want to hear more people about their success and what they have gone through with our Elites program, you seriously need to go to the URL, watch those videos there, because those are real people with real results. And if you want to be one of them, you simply start by going through the free application. Okay, by going to that URL, you'll see at the top it's a free application, and you just sign up and then jump on a call, and basically from there, you can see if that really is something that is right for you. But I can tell you, if you are wanting to make a profitable online business, or if you know for a fact that you want to turn to the internet and start building a side income or a full-time income with e-commerce, this is the way to go, and this is where you need to be. And your first step is to make that decision by going to the URL www.learn.com/elite and make that decision. I know for some of you it is very uncomfortable for you to go to that URL, fill the application, because you are going to be filled with uncertainty. But let me tell you this, I said this earlier, when you get into discomfort and get out of your comfort zone, that's where you start to see breakthrough in your business and in your life right now. And that's why Jeremy and I have been sharing with you from different students' results, and sharing with you guys why that first step is so important, is because we've gone through that. I've gone through that myself, and I'm trying to extend that to every single one of you, so you don't have to go and discover it yourself, and you don't actually have to go and figure all these stuff out yourself and waste a bunch of time and money, because that is something that you can actually buy, which is time. And now, right now, you're given that opportunity to actually buy time and to actually learn exactly what needs to be done, so you don't have to do all the guesswork and all the trial and error. And if I reflect back, I really wished and I really wanted at that time, if I were to actually start back from scratch, I really hope that I had a person right beside me, sitting beside me, saying, click here, do this, do that, here's why, and this is what you got to do next. I never had that privilege to do it, and that's why it took me so long to be where I am at today. And that's why I have failed multiple times in multiple multi-million-dollar business, is because I had to figure out everything myself. But right now, you're giving that opportunity for me and my team to tell you, to show you why you got to click this, why you got to click that, what you got to do next, why you got to move to this step, so you understand the exact process, and you can simply rinse and repeat it to create a diversity of online portfolios of different e-commerce websites, and to actually build multiple sources of income. And it, again, all starts by going to that URL and making that decision and taking action by filling that free application, which is www.learn.com/elite. We've been here for 3 hours, and we still have several hundred of you guys here. You guys are here for a reason. And like I said, the law of intention. You intended to be here. You intended and wanting to actually have a greater purpose that you want to actually achieve. And right now, we're providing you with a vehicle to actually make that all happen. And you simply just have to go to www.learn.com/elite. That is www.learn.com/elite right now. Just go to that URL, okay, and start that first step and that first decision. All right. So Jeremy, back to you if you have anything you want to cover.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man, and I really appreciate you really getting clear on everything. And there's some things that I want to mention from the chat box. You guys are awesome. Thank you for acknowledging what you've been able to go through here. And some of you had put the application in and ended up heading out, so I acknowledge you for doing that. Celebrate you doing that. Now, Jer says, thank you guys for all this life-changing information and opportunity. That's awesome. Thank you for acknowledging that. Marilyn says, thank you very much, Fred, for sharing your story and your engagement or your encouragement and all that you have shared with us. Very inspiring. We got people saying that this is the most empowering training that they've ever been on. That's awesome. So I want to acknowledge you guys for being here, for sticking with us. But here's the thing. I really want you to be clear about this. It cannot and will not be as inspiring and as empowering as it feels right now. It cannot be the most empowering training you've ever been on unless, please do something with that. Allow that to become the spark that allows you to take action in alignment with the goals that you really want to achieve. If that doesn't happen, none of it truly can hold the meaning that you feel right now. And if it comes down to taking action and putting in an application, awesome. Go ahead and do that. It's literally, I mean, the application doesn't cost you anything. The opportunity to be able to get clear on what you really want, hey, we're here for you on that. If we find that it's the right fit for you to be a part of the mentorship and you have the opportunity to invest in yourself and in your future and in your business and finally be able to break through with getting this business up and running, then awesome. We'll go through the details of that with you. We'll make sure that you know the exact steps to be taken. But we want to make sure that it's in alignment with you and with your goals. And we want to know exactly what those are so we can help you do that and be able to achieve those. So let's get clear on it, put in the application, and let's move things forward. You're very welcome. Thanks for the detailed webinar and your time. Absolutely, you're very, very welcome. We respect your guys' time. That's why we wanted to add so much value on this. And so I'm glad we've been able to do that for you. Michael, great. I want to acknowledge you, my friend. Michael says, I've been too comfortable. I want to acknowledge you big time, man, for putting yourself out there and just saying it like it is. And if you've been too comfortable, hey, man, you got people here that have lived in that space for far too long and finally broke free from it. When you do that, when you finally take that leap and finally start getting extraordinarily uncomfortable, welcome to a world of opportunity, my friend. So I encourage you, take a jump once and for all. Make today the day that you say enough is enough. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do something that I've never done before so that I can start getting different results in my life. And the only way that the outside is going to change if you start changing it and changing you along the way. So, Michael, I want to acknowledge you for just putting that out there. And, hey, when you put it out there, when you open your voice, we can actually support you. We can make sure that you're going in the right direction from that point forward. That's the only thing that matters. So if putting in an application, let's see where you're at. Let's see how we can best serve you. And let's start moving you in the right direction. And obviously you mentioned that, Michael, because you've had enough of being there. I can't imagine that you would mention that saying, well, I've been too comfortable and I want to stay there, right? So let's start moving in a direction that moves you away from just being comfortable into a world of confidence, into a world of being confident with being uncomfortable and creating a space where you're consistently growing. That's what we can start moving towards, Michael. So let's do this. Congratulations, man. Michael says, I love you guys. Hey, we love you guys too. That's what we're here for. That's why we're staying on, making sure you guys are getting everything out of this. Thank you for your time. I got my coaching call tomorrow with Saren. Awesome. Mark, cool. Congrats, man. Saren's amazing. You'll love him. Marilyn says, thank you, Jeremy, for your kind words of encouragement, inspiring me into action. Absolutely. Again, that's the only thing that matters. Inspired action is what matters most. That's what's going to lead you to the results that actually create tangible change. Thank you so much. This has showed me that I've been too lazy with my ideas. This started the fire under my ass that I needed. Evan, awesome stuff, man. Congratulations. I hope we can support you in moving forward. Again, would love to be able to meet you in person, be able to serve you guys. I know Fred and the team here would absolutely love that. So congratulations. That's what's necessary to get you to where you want to be. Congrats, man. Who else we got? Michael says, yes, sir. Enough is enough. Good. That's the moment everything changes. When you finally just throw your hands up and say, enough is enough. I get to change. I lost internet connection for about 30 minutes. We'll be, hey, man, no worries. You're back. Put an application in right there, learn.com/elite. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up here in a couple of minutes. Anybody else? We still, man, you guys are, Fred, we still got like a few hundred people on.
I know.
Dude, you guys, I mean, seriously, is there not like a Game of Thrones rerun or anything on right now tonight? It's just like you guys got free time? I mean, serious. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Seriously. Can we have a big, let's get a big wow from every single one of you still on. Every one of the few hundred people on, let's put a wow in the chat box right now. Put a wow in the chat box. I want to make sure you guys are still awake. I want to make sure you didn't fall asleep next to your computer here. Okay, awesome. Wow. All right, man, you guys are still awake and alive and rocking. All right, this is great. Fred, I think, unless we got anything else, I don't know if anybody else was coming on, but I think we are good. Anyone else have a question before we jump off? And again, if you have not applied, make sure you do that. Make sure you apply.
Awesome. Well, I don't have anything else other than you guys are giving everything to empower you guys, to give you guys the strategy to give you guys the opportunity. And again, like I said, it all drills down into you taking that first step and making that decision. And it's always getting discomfort first. So you basically get uncomfortable, go to the URL, basically fill in that application. It's absolutely free. And you're going to basically jump on a coaching call with my team and my brand ambassadors to see where you're at and to see if you can actually qualify. And I love to actually see you guys in person, to actually me basically giving a pat on your back saying you did it and basically sharing with everyone that I can do it. And that's the tipping point in your life for you to continue to actually skyrocket your business. So again, go to learn.com/elite. That is www.learn.com/elite. And that's all I have. So thank you, Jeremy, for having me here. Thank you, Anik, for having me here. Such an honor of mine. And that's all I have.
Hey, Fred, I'm sorry. One more thing, because somebody did ask a question, and I think it's a really good one to just answer. And quite honestly, just to finish this off, because it's a great question. It's probably what a lot of the people left here are feeling a little bit of. And Minerva, along with saying that you have so many people just like saying, wow, I love hearing you guys, Minerva says. And somebody said, I can't go to sleep listening to this. They just love it. So I love listening. Can't fall asleep with this. So Minerva asked how to overcome fear. And that's probably, if you have not applied yet, I mean, we got a few hundred people still left on, and I can't imagine it's just because you enjoy the conversation, which obviously has been amazing. You guys have gotten a lot out of it, obviously, and for many of you, it's been life-changing. But you're here to really progress. And how to overcome fear, the only way to overcome fear is to finally face it and to finally make a decision that's in alignment with you breaking through that fear. And here's what I want you to remember. Every single one of you I want you to remember this. This will change everything for you. Remember this. Think of courage. Think of the human articulation of courage in the human experience. To be able to actually articulate courage, this concept of being courageous in the human experience, it is necessary for fear to be a variable with being able to express that. You cannot, by definition, articulate courage in the human experience without facing fear. It is necessary that you face your fear, whatever that is, but it's the only way that you are ever going to live a courageous life. So I encourage you, whatever that fear is, you face it, you be willing to surround yourself with mentors and people around you that can support you every single day to crush through that fear, but you've got to face it. That's the only way to overcome it. So that's what I would encourage you to do. Really focus on whatever that fear is, go straight at it and move towards it and break through it finally once and for all. That's the only way it's going to happen. First time is the hardest. Exactly. It gets easier and easier once you move. The hardest action to take is the first action. You're very, very welcome, guys. So, hey. All right, perfect. Already submitted. Michael, congrats, man. Congrats, and I want to acknowledge you guys who all put in your applications. If you don't qualify, then we'll just send you a message and let you know how we can best serve you moving forward. Again, we're not going to leave you guys hanging. We're going to make sure that we figure out a way to serve you guys best, but we want to make sure that for the deeper mentorships that are available here, where you're really being able to work, hands-on with coaches that help you get your business up in a few days. I mean, that's a pretty tall task to make happen. And we, for those mentorships that we offer there, we want to make sure that we are dealing with the right people who are going to show up and really do the work so that you are meeting us at the level of commitment we have to getting you guys the results that are really going to help you get where you want to go. So I think we are good. Guys, congratulations, every single one of you that put in an application. We absolutely acknowledge and honor your guys' journey as an entrepreneur, and we look forward to meeting you in person, being able to serve you. Many of you are going to be some of you are going to be speaking with me, I think, in the next couple of days. I look forward to speaking with you. Some of you are going to be speaking with Jedi as well. We got some other team members that are going to be able to support you and make sure we are leading you guys in the right direction that serves the results that you're looking to get. So looking forward to connecting with you all. Hope you have an amazing, amazing evening, and we look forward to speaking with you in the next coming days. We love you guys. Fred, I'll let you have the last word, my friend.
No problem. Well, that's all I have. To be honest with you, it's such an honor and privilege of mine to be with the Learn team, to actually empower you guys to actually take action, to be an inspiration to every single one of you and to be providing the resource and the vehicle for you guys. But again, if you want this massive breakthrough and if you absolutely can see yourself doing this, simply just go to the URL. I encourage you to do so. Jump on a call with one of the coaches, one of the team members, and then really decide from there if this is the right for you. So again, go to www.learn.com/elite. That is the URL. Be uncomfortable. Go there, sign up. And other than that, that's all I have. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you for the Learn team for actually having me here. And I look forward on those of you that qualify to actually see you in person, because I will actually kick your butt to make sure that you actually get your stuff done and to actually offload the years of my knowledge to you guys so you guys can continue to reign in success and to actually be the ability to actually get towards the goal that you intended to actually go create and turn it into a reality. All right, so that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you for actually having me here. And other than that, seriously, take action. And if you're not going to fill out the application, maybe one day you will. But I still want you to actually walk away from today's workshop on knowing and understanding and having self-awareness about the 3 problems that I addressed, and to really tune in yourself with the 5 laws of success, because that's how I was able to have this massive breakthrough. That's what I share to all my students, and they also have the massive breakthrough at the same time. All right, so that's it for today. Thank you very much, and I will talk to you guys or see you guys in person, hopefully sometime soon. Bye now.